They're making me feel uncomfortable. Who are all these people?
My friend locked all the doors because he doesn't trust you.
Okay. I'm now hitting the stream.
Okay. Oh, that was so funny. I remember slumping down to the floor of the vehicle.
I just remember laughing my fucking ass off.
I was like, oh god, we're gonna get shot.
Hey, yeah, my food. Damn it, Space. Hold on a second.
I don't wanna.
Or God, who is that guy?
Can't jam
Peter's
my
like
face in my
Peter's
food.
Lucas's mom's boyfriend. Do you remember that guy's name?
Fucking Steve.
Yeah, Tommy, he was a piece of shit.
I don't know why I
Yeah,
thought his name was Steve.
His real name was Steven. He was using a fake name.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
because
Oh, okay.
Because I remember we would go upstairs to get, a snack or something. And I remember the spoon touched the bowl and he comes out, y'all need to shut the fuck up.
I was like, I mean, this is my house, dude.
It's like, y'all need to be quiet. Crystal's sleeping. And it's like,
Sound!
we made it such an...
Yeah. Ari, what's your character's name?
I am Glebithex.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to spell that.
Yeah, see, that's why I forgot.
Glebitthex.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna call you Glib.
I said wait.
Or Gleb.
Gleb.
Yeah.
Nickname. Okay. That.
Introduce my summons as they appear.
Alrighty. There we go. Alright, everybody's tokens in there. So yeah, first off, is everybody ready?
Give me about 2 minutes. I'm just posting our stream to all the groups.
No! Okay.
I used to be popular.
Give me 2 minutes. Alright, well, I can't play anymore.
He's like, alright guys, well that's it. David fucking took too long.
Yeah. That's the game. What'd you guys think?
Everybody finds me and kills me.
It depends on if it's two of my toys.
Everybody's tokens on map sections.
Happy 50th anniversary.
Indeed. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's the first or their official 50th anniversary. So there we go. Woo!
Whose official 50th anniversary?
D&D.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. We're going to start it off by making you all roll death saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ. I'd be like, I just got back.
Free hand. Oops. That's not what I meant to do.
Post. Twitch streaming. Cool, whatever. Post. Paste post.
Face post, coast to coast.
Well, I post this to a lot of groups every time we do it, so.
I remember Space Ghost.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Remember, there's an actual Space Ghost show too. Apparently, that was really good.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh.
Which remember that was one cartoon my dad would actually watch with us. And he watched, Dragon Ball Z once, and he was like, "Man, I could kick Frieza's ass." And I was like, "How?" And then he just turned the TV off and said, "Now go rake the lawn." I was like, "Damn it!"
Question: did you ever watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law with you?
No.
Oh, that's crazy, because Harvey Birdman was a show from his childhood too.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it, Jeff, why are you old?
Well, it's usually what happens to humans.
Nah. Theories
I mean,
show,
okay.
Theories show that go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna post some. Should I send it to your dad too? I guess.
Nah, matter.
Ah, fuck that guy.
Okay.
Post it on.
So I guess I'll go ahead and start then. I've basically already got everybody caught up from the last one, except I guess Jeremy. Jeremy missed that last section where Zoranji came back. Jeremy, is your mic working?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, David's temporary character, the Wicker Knight, was killed, and Zoranji came back. Leopold is very sad about that, by the way. He's holding one of your baskets and crying. He said he wanted to do. So he's sad that the Wicker Knight has been slain. Alright, and I'm about to start some music too, so if it's too loud, just turn it down on your end, everybody. On the audio.
Vicar, I hardly even know her.
Too loud. You better turn that down.
You do it! Alright.
Haha, I'm the only person on camera.
If they see your face, they're like, huh, I'm good.
They're like, I can't watch this shit anymore. Alright, instantly.
so the character Troll, he chose the first location in the High Forest because he's looking for the Fountain of Memories, because he's got amnesia. So he's got to deal with that stuff. But anyways, yeah. Before all that even starts, before you guys start heading down that road, Zoranji has some explaining to do, because he's suddenly here and alive.
Zoranji, you're alive.
Yes.
Yes, my friend, I am also just as confused at how you are alive.
What do you mean?
I don't understand. Everybody died while we were fighting LaRue.
LaRue, I think you saved us.
I saved who? I saved you? How I save you? I come to Porto.
Oh,
David, you
LaRue
real
saved
funny
me.
too.
That's great.
What world are we on?
What?
What world is this?
If David would mute his
We're
roll
in
20, it wouldn't come through at TV.
We're in Faerun.
It's Toril. Planet's Toril.
Oh, Toril.
Toro.
Yeah, sorry.
But I am from Abir. You are from Abir. How are we on here? The sundering. It must have happened, and then I come to the portal, and now you are here. But this does not make sense on how you are alive. You died when we fought LaRue. This is very, very confusing for Zaran.
What is the last thing you remember, Zoranji?
The last thing I remember is the planets wanting to become one, and the world leads are coming, and the portal opening. We go to fight, and we do not do well, and I come to portal, and here I am on not destroyed Toril.
Do you remember pulling out that scroll?
What scroll?
That's how you pretty much defeated evil LaRue.
What? How does this happen? What
And it
scroll?
turned you into a god yet again.
What? Zaranji only got one time. He only upped out.
But your body
No.
but your body couldn't handle the power.
This does not make
You
sense to
shapeshift into
Zaranji.
Zaranji and be like, "Oh, look at me! I'm Zaranji. I'm alive."
Who the hell is this little raccoon?
Is everybody's is David's voice breaking up for everybody?
No.
It started to originally.
Yeah.
I was hearing a bit of an echo for.
Well, I think he's
Probably
unmuted.
he
in
hasn't muted
Roll20.
his roll
If you-
20.
Yeah, if you go to roll 20, you can mute his mic.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Is that
Yeah, it wasn't echoing. It was just like he was talking, and then like the last word or something from whatever he was saying would cut off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're having some testicle difficulties.
Testicle defect.
What'd you say?
Testicle.
We're having difficulties. Exactly.
I need you to roll a death saving throw, Troll.
Just
Roll for
refer-
testicular torsion.
No.
Oh God.
Joe. Oh, Lucas knows all too well.
70.
I was actually literally thinking about that the other day. That's weird.
I was totally joking on that.
Wait, you never had that?
Get
I'm gonna put cigarettes out on you, I think.
away from me.
But Zaranji, yes, you pulled out a scroll and defeated LaRue, the evil counterpart, at least.
Well, this is this is not what happened in my time. But where I come from. Because Zaranji has no idea about scroll. Only scrolls I have are the ones for drowning in the lobster claws and the water breathing and the sleeping.
Do you remember seeing the moon?
Of course, the Tears of Saloon still walk with me.
Yeah, I think you guys went to the moon before that too, so yeah, he'd probably remember that.
Yeah, I would just remember probably just the Tears, the one time we went to the moon.
Do you remember when we were on the rocket and you found that scroll on the bookshelf?
No scroll. I have no scroll. What scroll do you talk about?
Well, regardless, I'm not here to try to persuade you. You found a gem-embedded scroll, and you blocked LaRue's attack with the scroll, and it unlocked the scroll. And I think it was, what was it, like a 12th level wish spell?
Yeah, it was like Karsus's avatar. It was like a copy, a backup of it.
And your body was then filled with so much godlike power, and you were a god for all of like maybe 30 seconds before you imploded. And the dimension also imploded, but then everything came back together, and you were no longer.
No. This does not sound like Catman. You must have been sniffing the traveler's dust, huh? Zaranji
hand
finds
What's left of my...
Zaranji finds jewels and gold. He sells. He makes money.
Well, then let me tell you this. Do you know that you have a kid?
Of course. Of course I have a child. With my... I don't remember her name, though.
Colvin would probably speak up and say, Cthulhu. I don't remember my wife's name.
It's been a while since I played Zaranji. I haven't had to think about that bitch.
Well, yeah, do you have a spouse? Yeah, what's her name? Oh, shit.
Well, guess it's couch time for me.
I want to grab Tra up by his collar and be like, how dare you bring up this terrible past for me? You know I lost them both.
You didn't lose them. They're still alive in Candlekeep.
What? This is impossible.
They're running your store.
My store was destroyed, as of all of my planet. But it is all good and well here. Have I traveled back to the past?
I look over at Corbin. There's no persuading this imbecile.
I think he might have shown up from like an alternate dimension or something. That's what it sounds like. It's like, Zoranji, Cthulhu thinks that you died a long time ago.
I'm sorry, but I
What?
don't know
What do you mean? Is she really still alive? And my child? He still breathes?
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't think he's been born yet. I think she's like a month or two away. But
This is all.
it's at this point that you notice that Lux is also putting dirt in your pocket.
Why the fuck are you putting the dirt in my pocket?
In your pocket.
Shapeshift into Zoranji and be like, I'm not putting dirt in your pocket, I'm putting dirt in my pocket.
Colvin just goes, "Stop with the dirt! Why are you guys always putting dirt in each other's pockets?"
I make Smothers wrap up Lux.
Guess you'll have to give me an attack roll for that.
You better have good defense there, brother. Oh god damn it! You're not getting out of this. That's a nat 20.
What?
I got a nat 20. Fuck you.
How would you roll with your dice?
Yeah.
David,
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Sounds like we're having some mic
Yeah,
issues.
you broke up.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Am I having my how?
David, your voice keeps breaking up.
Well, it should.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of the streaming. I think it might be messing up your voice.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
yeah.
I'm rolling with my dice.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, you what'd you get, a 20?
Yes.
Alright.
Plus,
Yeah,
plus
you definitely hit Lux then, so Smother's gonna wrap around you.
Will you please quit yelling?
I'm not yelling!
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my kid. I'm saying I can hear her over my headset.
So yeah, Zoranji's little rug of smothering that looks like a cape, like a bear rug cape, flies off his shoulders and wraps around Lux and holds him tight, and they just drop to the ground.
And when that one goes away, underneath it looks like a alligator skin cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would also be at this point where you guys would hear what sounded like twigs and trees and stuff kind of crashing in the woods. Not like necessarily crashing, like falling over, but something's clearly moving towards you guys.
What is this?
Ranji, is there anything following you?
Saranji does not know if something followed him through the corridor.
And what happened do you know of the guy you shot with the arrow?
No.
Let's make a match or go get another.
I
bone.
shoot, I usually kill. I don't want to know.
Well, we can't have any more buttons.
Alright, well, anyways, the thing starts moving closer and closer to you guys, and you can occasionally see it kind of bobbing through the brush and the tree lines. And, you're definitely expecting some kind of, obviously living creature because it's moving towards you, but then when you see, like, part of it, like, just coming out from above the bushes, you're like, what the fuck is that? And this is what you guys see. Check out Discord.
What the fuck? How close am I to the tree?
One.
You guys are about, like, 15 feet away from the tree line.
I run to a tree.
Alright. You gonna, like, hide behind it or climb it or something?
I'm gonna climb it.
Alright. Carl starts to climb it. Zoranji and Lux. Well, Lux is on the ground still, probably wrapped up. But yeah, Lux, you're stuck like trapped, and you see this thing moving towards you.
Hey, Catman, if you don't need help, let me know.
What the hell?
That's a good addition to the voice.
I release Lux.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do with this thing moving towards you? And also, Ari, that is your character too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
Who goes there? Who stands in front of the mighty Zoranji?
So the kind of slime-like being that is walking towards you kind of put its arms up, and then a third pseudopod will kind of come up and stick up in the air from behind its back. It's like, please do not shoot me, single-form beings. I do not mean you any harm.
I love the voice.
What are you? Zoranji does not know what you are.
I am a plasmoid. I come from the astral sea.
Something smells fishy.
Something smells.
That would probably be the fish I ate for dinner last night.
Trop peeks his head from the branch.
Don't run
He's
back
here to
and forth
kill
like
me.
that. I don't need you ripping my Ethernet cord out.
Milk says, I always knew there were others like me out there.
Oh god, no, not another milk.
Zoranji cannot handle more of the slimes. Speaking of the milk, where is he? Is this
Please
the
stop.
new milk?
Where what?
If you want to play with her like that, you can go.
Your voice keeps breaking up. I can't hear you very well.
What the fuck?
You know,
You guys hear David? Yeah, David, I can't hear you. Yeah, Colvin would be like, I mean, if we give Milk a chance, I think we can probably talk to this guy.
Hello? Can everybody hear
Yeah.
Zoranji now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very softly, but that is easily remedied.
Yeah. You guys may continue if you wish.
What the hell is that thing?
I just saw them, a plasmoid. My name is Glabathox.
Glabathox?
Glabathox.
Well, what are you doing here? You look like an octopus.
Oh, pardon the pseudopods, it just makes it easier to traverse this, Sylvan territory. And kind of just, the tentacles kind of just slurp up and form two legs.
What?
Got plasma can do that.
Zoranji did not enjoy watching this happen.
I did, said Milk.
Of course you would.
Ugh.
Like, my name's Milk. It's nice to meet you. I'm just like you, made of ooze.
Greetings, fellow brother.
Yeah.
not trust his grenades.
Mate, there's nothing wrong with my grenades.
Yes, it is a different kind of goo.
Don't worry about it. You only have to worry if you're... Sorry, go ahead.
Munificence of the world slime be upon you all.
Zaranji
no.
would like to remain with a dry coat.
I make my way down the tree, still paranoid and skeptical of this new creature in front of us.
As you say that, a little undead-looking creature goes up to the slimy guy and sniffs him.
He's got a little itty-bitty tiny undead that's like the size of a doll named a Topi.
Greetings, expired one. Gently pat it on its what he assumes is its head.
I guess it's gonna do whatever version of purring it has.
Ugh.
I know!
That's terrible. Yeah, it'd probably be like...
Yeah.
When you see the picture of it, I'll post one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was her.
This is a very fine specimen. Where did you find it?
I found him as his entire clan was being slaughtered.
That is most unfortunate. At least you were able to save one.
Yes, and he has been with me ever since.
I hand Zaranji a dead crow.
Oh, thank you, friend, and I eat it. Just how it is.
Colvin just like shakes his head and he's like, "Man, somewhere along the road, I took the wrong path."
Well, it may not be too late to backtrack and take the other one.
No, it's too late now, man. I'm in this now. However it ends, or whatever it is, I'm in it.
Or you meant path as in a metaphorical sense, not the literal sense.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Zaranji takes out his bottle of whiskey and takes a sip and lets Tra have a good sip of it.
That's some good shit, brother.
Of course it is.
By the by, you all wouldn't happen to know where we are.
Zaranji was just told we are on the planetarium.
Yes, we're in the
Huh.
high forest.
I've been meaning to cross that off my bucket list.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah,
What in-
The stick. Do I still have the stick that I was using?
yeah. At the end of the game, it grew a leaf on it. By the way.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna take an arrowhead and start drilling holes in it to put inlaid jewels into it from the jewels.
all right.
I got.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Lux's character has a miracle stick.
Miracles.
That is a
thinking-
lovely
I'm
stick
thinking-
you have there.
Well, thank you. It brought a guy back from the dead.
Can it produce unlimited snacks? And he reaches into a moving bag that's squirming and has little tails flick out every once in a while. He pulls a rat out and eats it.
Colvin goes, "Oh no, not that thing!" He's like, "Damn, I forgot about that thing."
I have a jug that produces infinite water?
No, my friend. It is a bag that produces infinite rats.
I pull out my decanter of endless water, though.
Like, you guys seem to have a never-ending
same
supply.
juice.
You guys both have one.
Yep.
That's
Hell yeah!
I was just blanking on my fourth item to take, so I just took the decanter.
That's
Yeah.
Where's the we still got the goblin with us, right?
Yeah, he's got an endless thermos of
Thing of-
coffee.
Yeah.
He's too busy. Like, he's leaning against a tree right now, crying over a basket because his friend the Wicker Knight was killed.
What's the deal with that one?
I don't
He's
know.
just depressed. His friend died.
I think his friend was a basket. He is crying over the basket. I don't know. Or he was bread. I do not understand.
The
Ooh,
guy
I could
was
really
made
go
of
for some bread right now.
Yes, that knight was made of whiskers.
Cohen's like, that's not what it.
Oh.
It's like, yeah. Also, yeah. He was like, oh shit, no, the Wicker Knight had the bread on him. He's like, well, okay, yeah, never mind. We don't have any bread.
Unless you like soggy bread that's sitting at the bottom of the river.
That's the
No,
best
Zaranji
kind of
does-
bread.
Zaranji does
Zaranji
not like
really
water.
adds character.
Yes, I'm fine. Sure. Zaranji does not like water. You can have it, Goo Boy.
Yeah. By the way, the name is Globathax, not Gruboy.
I go to shake Glubathok's hand, and a bracelet falls off.
You appear to have dropped something, friend.
It just starts. A bunch of crow noises come from it.
What's an unusual device?
I put it back on my wrist. I go, oh, Zaranji apologizes. It is chatty when it falls off of my wrist.
So it would appear. And when Gleb goes in for the handshake, is surprisingly dry considering the appearance, which is kind of like almost like an opalescent, kind of bluish green.
Zaranji is
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised by this handshake.
Well, did you think I would leave a residue behind?
Yes, I did.
Most of us learn to avoid doing that by age 10.
Oh, okay.
I passed Zaranji like the last shot worth of Horizon Honey I have.
Oh yeah, like a shot of Horizon Honey from this world, while he's got some in the other world.
Well, my other world got it all got blown up, my shop and everything. So I'm like, oh.
I wonder if it tastes just slightly different.
I don't know. Let's try it. Should I roll to see if if it tastes different?
Yeah.
What's it? What dice should I roll for a different?
Just roll a 4-side. If it's 1 to 2, it tastes a little different.
That's the
3 to 4, it
That's
tastes
the
different.
one.
Does
fucking-
that work, Lucas?
Yeah, it tastes slightly different. I think it's like a specific course of action you're gonna take. Like you're.
That's the one dice I don't have, man.
E4?
You don't have a.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you don't have
I
a
have
complete
some,
set.
but I had some. But here's the thing: when I first got my dog, she was trying to chew on my dice, and they went missing around that time.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
I was about to say, what, did you use it for home defense or something?
I've got a set of dice for Christmas that's made out of opalite. It's like a
Nice.
gemstone. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
Came
Yeah,
out really
I've got
nice.
some oceanic marble set.
Ooh, hell yeah, that's awesome.
We've got a few.
Yeah, you should send a
pictures
picture of
already.
that.
It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
So I have
Alright.
told you my name, and I took it by context clues that you are Zaranji.
Yes, I am
My-
Zaranji of Port Nyanzaru, rescuer of Jolt.
Right. So Zaranji, Milk, and you others are.
I am Tra.
Greetings, Tra.
And the short little one that looks like a raccoon is Lux.
Greetings, Lux.
Shapeshift into a figure that looks like him.
He turns into somebody that looks just like you.
Yeah, and the guy in the back who's kind of dragony looking, sucking big old cocks, his name is Tyrannus.
Jesus, what the fuck? Okay, well then he doesn't say it like that, but he probably introduces him as Tyrannus.
I'm gonna slither over and poke Tyrannus with my miracle stick.
All right. Give me a roll for that.
Is that 100 sided?
Yeah.
Trash.
Close. He's just like, get away from me. First you cursed me with a joking hat. Now this.
Whatever, the hat was fashionable.
Shut up.
You ungrateful bastard.
So, Gleb, what brings you to the High Forest?
Is that where we are? Or I just fell through a random portal on my pilgrimage to spread the word of the world slime.
Old slime.
World slime, what is this?
The world slime is the primordial ooze from which all of creation and the multiverse was formed.
You must not have met Updow.
Who is this Updow?
Updow is the one true god.
Can't say I've met him. I have met Palor though. Guy's a bit of a stick in the mud.
These guys seems to be a little bit crazy in the head.
Milk says, aren't we all? And he's like talking to a tree when he says that.
How can I be crazy in the head when I don't have a head? And then what appears to be his head just melts into his torso.
Jesus. Tina goes like,
And it just kind of blur back out.
I'm not
So I
doing
was
that.
It'll probably be at this-
when you do this.
It'd probably be at this point also when you guys heard what sounded like kind of a crackling, popping noise, and you looked over to your right and saw what looked like this flash of light with wind and leaves and twigs kind of whipping about. And suddenly there's this figure just running through the forest, and he's looking back, and there's another figure chasing after him. And he turns and looks at you guys and says, "Help me! He's trying to break my kneecaps!"
Can I shoot him with an arrow?
Which guy?
The one chasing. Just in the leg.
Yeah, you see, hold on, let me,
Alright.
1 second.
So Ranji says,
Oh,
well,
shit.
what did you do?
I do rather like the taste of kneecaps. They have a
Yeah, you
decent
see-
amount of crunch.
You see one figure running away from that figure on Discord. You see that figure chasing him.
I'm gonna shoot him in the wing.
Jesus.
There's gonna be two eldritch.
Wait, so is
bolts
this the
or
guy who's
fly out
running
of the
away?
line.
No,
it's
the guy
No,
in
the guy
Discord's the
that's-
guy chasing.
Yeah,
Oh, so this
and
guy
yeah,
is
and then
running
the
away
guy
from
that's
surrounding
chasing him releases. Yeah, the guy that's chasing him releases 2 Eldritch Blasts, and you just see these kind of. What color are your Eldritch Blasts?
They are pink.
Okay, you see 2 little pink, just bolts of magical energy just like fly towards this guy.
22 hit.
Yeah, let me do his attack first, real quick. Do you have modifiers to your 12?
Those are already factored in.
I think that's.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the first one flies past his shoulder and like hits a tree and just kind of erupts, and like just this pink energy just burns like part of the tree and falls down in the bushes. The second one strikes the guy square in the back and just knocks him flat to the ground. And there's just this yelp of pain, like "Ah!" as he hits the ground and just skids to a stop. And then at that point, yeah, an arrow flies towards you, which will probably hit you in the wing. I'm assuming that your AC's
Yeah, that is
Not
gonna hit me.
yeah.
Y'all got me as fuck, bro.
And as it hits me, I'm going to puff away in. God, what was that thing called? I forgot to put it on. I'm going to puff away and teleport 30 feet away.
Oh, nice. The arrow flies towards him, and there's just this puff of kind of, it's like Misty Step, right?
Yeah, it's a misty escape.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and the arrow barely seems to almost hit him for a second, and then he just misty steps out of the way and appears somewhere else. The bushes nearby.
And he's gonna fly up to the prone figure and he's gonna go, you know, buddy, I like you, but you can't cross the family like that. Now, the boss man says I gotta take you out, so, you know, no hard feelings, pal. It's just business.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Please, just let me go. I'll give you all the gold I have on me.
How much is it?
Like, oh, he's like starts to go through his coin purse. And he's like, shit, I knew I shouldn't have bought that ice cream cone. He's like, it's 12 gold. Yeah, it's good, right?
That'll buy you a kneecap.
I
What?
sneak in and go, whoa, Zaranji hears there is talk of man.
I'll tell you what, fella. For 12 gold, you break one of his kneecaps, you can keep it.
Zaranji looks at this guy on the ground. Zaranji looks at him and goes, you can pay Zaranji 12 gold to take care of Butterfly Man.
Like, what? I can?
Yes.
Well, how about I double it?
I look over at the butterfly. Ooh, 24 gold to murder random stranger.
Pretty good deal.
It does sound like a decent exchange rate.
At that point, the guy gets up and tries to run away.
And I
Yeah,
literally
shoot at his
turn and
knees.
I shoot arrows at his kneecaps.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh, where's my 20? Damn it.
He used to be an adventurer just like you all, and then he took an arrow to the knee.
14 hit.
Milk says, I get it. It's like from Skyrim. And nobody looks at him and he's like, nobody ever understands my references.
Does a 14 hit?
Mine either.
14 hits. Yeah.
Okay. There goes one.
Give me some damage.
So I actually recently found out that the phrase "took an arrow to the knee" is actually a euphemism for getting
Arrows. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that for the longest time.
Yeah.
6. So 3 plus 2 plus 6. So...
I forgot to ask you to give me damage for your Eldritch Blast, too. He's probably hurt a little bit from that. Yeah.
11 damage to his kneecap.
Alright, yeah, he was already hurt pretty bad. Like, while he was on the ground, when he started running away, you shot him in the kneecap, and he, like, fell sideways. The wound itself wouldn't have killed him, but he fell and struck his head against the side of the tree.
I go, ooh!
Can I poke him with a stick?
Yeah.
I look
then
Another
Lux
example
takes
of
off
why
running.
having a skeletal system can be a disadvantage.
Look says, I agree. I can't say I miss Evans.
What modifier would I use on the stick?
On the other
Yeah,
hand, they do have a delightful crunch when chewed on.
There's like probably a short moment of silence. Everyone's like, anyways.
I look at the butterfly guy and I'm like, Zaranji
stop.
hopes that this is not going to make a discount. Zaranji didn't mean to kill him.
Deal's a deal, pal. You know, we all gotta start somewhere.
So
And
I
he's
get
gonna
24 gold.
open up his he's gonna open his compact and he's gonna hand you 24 gold.
Zaranji looks at him and goes,
Well,
you're not going
Well,
to
you-
mind if I take the other 12 gold off of the corpse, will you?
damn it.
Go for it.
You.
Little butterfly man, do you have any intentions for that corpse?
Since I can't talk over.
Eh. He's gonna
Sorry, what
look
were you saying,
over
Mike?
and he's gonna look up and down the plasmoid. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, sure. Just make sure the bones disappear, bud."
Of course, those are the best part.
Okay.
He'll make his way over and just casually engulf the corpse and begin slowly dissolving it.
Hold on. Lux is poking it with a stick first.
Lux was sitting there poking it with a stick. He just like ran in and started doing that, and then he just looks over and sees the plasmoid like starting to engulf him, and then Lux just turns around and runs away. Yeah, and Tra's starting to have a little bit of a freak out, so he instead of having a panic attack, he uses one of his scrolls of calm emotions. Calm down.
Oh, I can't just.
Yeah. And like very unsettlingly, there are crunching noises coming from inside of Glebathex.
Oh, what the
Dude.
fuck?
Tina covers her ears and goes, "Not listening, not listening."
Was a 95 enough to make him come back to life?
No.
Now he's being engulfed.
Now he's being eaten
One
because it wasn't enough.
It's 1 to 3 or 100 for like some kind of miracle. But yeah, he's officially been eaten regardless.
Heading into the episode.
Well, that's one job, Clee.
Could have done with a little better seasoning.
So Colvin, yeah, says, like, so what was all that about anyways? Like, who are you?
Well, my name is Tiberius. I am what you might call in the trade a magician. I make problems disappear.
Oh,
But
Hmm.
Zaranji makes your
Magician
problem
part.
disappear.
Ah, yes, but
But he
Hey,
outsourced you.
see, the ooze knows.
By
Milk says,
outsourcing the
"Yeah."
job, he still accomplished it.
And the ooze made the evidence disappear. Clean hands, easy job, easy money.
Interesting.
Milk presses the "that was easy" button. Just kidding, he doesn't have one. Yeah, Colvin says, so, I would ask if you guys were hungry, but I know that the ooze guy right there probably isn't anymore.
Oh, I technically don't even need to eat. I just do it for the flavor.
Ugh.
Excellent, excellent. Have Chef Fluffy make us something delicious to eat.
Oh, Chef Fluffy's back at Candlekeep.
She does not go on all of your adventures with you?
And she went on the adventure with us in Chol, but after that she wanted to take a break.
This is also weird. Chef Fluffy always used to go with us on every adventure. She knows the best cat martial arts ever.
They kind of look at each other like, I can't ever recall a moment of her fighting, except I remember you guys saying something about killing a giant frog once.
I don't understand. Whatever. Surely one of you knows how to make delicious food.
I do, but you might not want to eat it.
Wait, why?
I can poke it with a stick.
Are you familiar with the Feywild?
Yeah, I guess those would have some strange side effects, probably, right?
Well, that and also
Like-
just accepting gifts from the Fae is generally not a good idea.
And with that, he's gonna turn to the slime. He's gonna be like, speaking of, he's been running through the Feywilds for the last 3 days. You might have some interesting experiences.
So that's what the mushrooms were. I thought they tasted a little funny.
Tina says, wait a minute, those mushrooms, none of them were singing, right?
Not that I recall.
Okay, that's
It's
good.
Sounded more like yelling and growling. There's a lot of really kind of harsh sounding music behind it.
She goes like, I think you ate a sentient being.
Wouldn't be the first time.
What happens if you put salt on you?
I become mildly salty.
Okay, okay. So you're not like a slug.
No,
Okay.
never really fond of the texture on those.
Okay. So Raji's maybe figuring this
He looks like something that came out of one of Milk's.
out.
Like, nah, the stuff that comes out of my grenades is much prettier. You guys want to see? And Colvin's like, no!
Zaranji does not want any of your grenades.
Colvin says, I am curious though, Lux, come over here and poke this food with your stick, see if something happens.
Okay.
You just poke like some of the raw meat that he has, and yeah, it just sits there, and he's like, huh. Yeah, nothing happened. It's like, you gotta get that thing figured out.
But you can't win them all.
Yeah. It's like, where'd you even get that anyways?
I found it on the ground.
So like most sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like after Lux probably walks away for a minute, it just shows Colvin just kind of sitting there staring at some random stick on the ground, and he looks around, and he picks it up and pokes the meat, and nothing happens, and he's like, yeah.
I can go back over and be like, no, this is how you do it, and poke it again. You gotta do it like this.
He's like, well, that's what I did.
Well,
Except nothing happened. Milk says, you gotta do it as a raccoon. He's like, well, I can't do that.
maybe if I do it like you and shapeshift into him.
You can try again if you want. Yeah.
I rolled fucking 67 twice.
I know.
Excuse me?
The meat continues to be just meat. Uncooked, but meat.
I don't think there's any hope for this one.
Is the stick supposed to add seasoning or something?
No.
Like, all we know is he poked some dead body with it, and it came back to life, and then he did it again.
Interesting. Are you sure he's not secretly a necromancer?
No, I
Yeah.
think he's a
No.
paladin.
Yeah, I'm a paladin. But I don't think laying hands on it's going to help. It's still going to just be me.
I would assume you would need to at least put your hands on it to cook it.
I'm no chef.
Someone's like, I can cook a little bit.
Maybe Zaranji can cook it. Last time we had a cat cook it, kind of tastes like shit, but at least it got done.
Zaranji doesn't know how to cook. Zaranji has daily rations.
Someone's like, don't worry, guys, I'm gonna cook. I'll make sure this comes out tasting good. And he starts grilling up some food, tossing some vegetables and stuff in it.
And Gleb will walk up to him, tap him on the shoulder, and use guidance. Nothing will do any fucking good.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh my god.
That one, even with the guidance.
Yeah, Colvin just like throws it in the fire, and I guess like the bottom of the pan he'd been using it too long, and it just falls down, and then the meat rolls into the fire and just like into the ash. And he's like, "Well, shit."
Well, shit indeed.
Yeah, well, that's a waste of some good meat. He's like, "Well, we've got like 40 something pickled crows. If anybody wants some of those."
Are you going to eat that? And he points to the bottomless frying pan now.
He's like, "No." Why do you want it?
Don't care.
If you're not going to eat it,
And he hands you the pan.
and just shoves it inside him.
Milk's like, I've never been so happy to meet another like me before. This is gonna be great. Here, try eating this grenade. No! Like, he doesn't even know what's in it. He'll think he might enjoy the flavor. And he's like, nobody does!
I'm pretty sure it's going to be salty.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You're ruining the surprise!
You want me to poke it with a stick?
I've made the mistake of eating explosives before. I think I'll pass.
I just want to spray milk with my decanter of endless water.
Alright. Yeah, you spray him with it, and he's like, ah, no, water! Ah! And takes off running into the woods.
You know, now now that I see that we have friends with endless water, I might be able to bring Elon Mollusk with us.
I'm
Elon
sorry,
Musk?
Elon Mollusk.
It's that giant plant. He's like, Coleman says, didn't you leave that at Candle Keep though? Or the
Yes, but-
Typhoon Palace?
Yes, but you're saying everybody is alive. Maybe Elon Mollusk lives.
Well, I know he's alive. He was at the Typhoon Palace.
What about Susan? Is she
Yeah.
still living?
Yeah, she's guarding that egg of yours. Oh wait, no, that's already hatched. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, okay. Where is
Well,
my
while
Jack?
we're in the business of introducing friends, allow me to introduce you to one of mine.
I kind of clap his hands, and then just a blob of bright pink kind of slime just peels out of his main body and starts floating. And then kind of like a pinkish eyes and mouth appear on it.
Allow me to introduce you to Clyde.
Oh my god!
What the hell is this?
There's more of them!
This is Clyde. He is my familiar.
I love it.
Your familiar just came out of you.
Is that not how most people summon their familiars?
Let's look at it this way. His familiar's got to go.
Vermilion's got a what?
Gonna have to go back in him too.
I do
Yeah.
believe that this is called mitosis.
Well, Milk's
Mitosis.
Milk's grenades come from inside of him, but not his familiar.
He
Ugh.
technically doesn't come from inside of me either. I'm technically summoning him from a different part of the astral plane. It just looks like he's splitting off of my body.
Oh.
Oh, Zaranji.
Coleman's still sitting there saying, what's mitosis?
Yeah, Zaranji does not know what a mitosis is.
It appears they have not discovered cellular theory on your planet.
Zaranji's just standing there looking dumbfounded, like.
I'll set them just a little bit so they're not going.
Is this a treasure?
Make it sound better.
No, it's just more of a understanding of how the universe works.
Huh?
I see. No. I don't know anything about this. Maybe some of the wizards at the Grand Keeps might be able to tell you.
Little one says, he's like sitting there reading a book the whole time. He just was totally kind of ignoring everything happening. He goes, mitosis is a part of a cell cycle in which replicated chromosomes are separated into two new nuclei. Cell division by mitosis is an equational division which gives rise to genetically identical cells.
Zaranji still understands none of what you said.
Looks like I was wrong. Maybe folks have discovered it.
You just see smoke coming out of fucking Troll's ears.
This does not appear to be a normal part of your physiology. Is there something wrong with your friend?
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The same can be said of most individuals. From a purely metaphysical viewpoint.
What happens if I put my hand inside of you in a non-sexual way?
It will get slightly moist.
Bill goes, yeah.
Fair enough.
I like the fact that my character has a 9 intelligence and a -1, but still understands like cell theory, just because that's just average, like learning for where he's been.
Yeah.
It's like,
more characters are pretty interesting.
I like, as you can kind of tell from the voice, I kind of would like Dr. Zoidberg. He was like,
Yeah.
a lot of the inspiration.
If Geo ever
joins us, he's going to love you because we just recently started. He for the first time he's ever watched Futurama, started going through it, and he loves Zoidberg.
Yeah, Zoidberg's amazing. I love that scene where he goes, Fry, the music was in your heart, not your hands. And he goes like, and he's like, Fry, your music is bad and you should feel bad.
Yeah, I know, that was one of the best lines ever delivered by Zoidberg.
Zoidberg is the perfect example of a dumb, smart person.
Yeah. I love Zoidberg. He's so gross too, though, sometimes. Yeah, Colvin says, so what are you guys planning on doing now? We're heading up to Silvery Moon, but we're going to be exploring the High Forest for a little while. You guys want to join us, or you have other plans?
Boss says I got a mission coming up here, so yeah, I'll stick around.
Sounds like fun, and you guys seem to produce a lot of snacks. Besides, I
Yeah.
need to travel all over to spread the world of the world slime.
And just kind of like a little mouth opens up on his neck and just does a whisper echo world slime.
World slime. Troll will now refuse to look at your character.
And it just the head just kind of starts warping and just takes on a rough approximation of what I can see of Traw's head.
Oh god.
Colvin says, we're never going to be able to know who's who in this party.
From a
There's a lot of-
metaphorical standpoint or a literal standpoint?
Like, literal, it seems like there's a lot of people in this group that know how to shapeshift or something.
I can't do colors, I can only do shape.
Oh, okay. Like, speaking of our shapeshifter, where's Lux? And looks around. And Milk.
Well, I know what Tyrannus is. He's in the back sucking on peepees.
There's a very strange meditation ritual going on back there.
Leopold's still sitting there crying over a basket. Clutching it.
Is it a reed basket?
So I would assume it's a wicker basket.
Yeah, it is. The last character David was playing was a temporary one. He was the Wicker Knight. He used wicker basket for armor. And obviously it didn't help in the end.
He's gonna start growing back to life.
Growing the
reeds,
Wicker
probably.
reeds.
Oh shit. I wonder how that would work on a wicker basket.
Yeah, because wicker
Start a new
is,
growth.
but they're dead and dried, so there's nothing living to grow from them.
Yeah, but say that to the dead plants that grow back in our front yard every year.
They don't die; those just enter a set of stasis. There's a difference between perennials and stuff like that, because those are growing from the root system, which still persists through the winter.
What we could say is that maybe
Stuff around it.
like a little tiny flower grows on the wicker basket in front of Leopold, and he looks at it, and a new sense of like happiness and I don't know, like belonging, fills him. And he's like, "Huh, I've got purpose." But yeah, if you guys
all
want to-
beings have purpose that was given when you were birthed from the world slime.
World slime.
Tiny one's like, "You gotta tell me all about this world slime. It sounds interesting."
Cue mash cut montage of just fade cuts in of just the lengthy conspiracy theory like explanation of the world slime. It's like the one dude from The Office has just got the conspiracy theory board, just
Yeah.
explaining the world slime.
Yeah, and he's Yeah, they probably don't have to sleep either, right? So you could probably stay up all night talking about it.
I literally took the aspect of the moon in vacation, so I do not need to sleep.
See, a little one's up all night listening to this, just completely intrigued and like taking notes and stuff, writing it down in his little books. You're so fascinating. Yeah, you guys would wake up the next morning, and you could start to head down the road if you want to, towards this place, or you can keep on role-playing. Up to you guys.
Zaranji likes the thought of adventure. I want treasure.
Owen's like, you always want treasure.
Yes, well, all of the treasure was destroyed before. Now all of the treasure exists, so Zaranji wants all of it again.
Still plenty of treasure for everyone.
Zaranji will take it on.
Seeking treasure in life is not an invalid course of life. One could view just having a fulfilling life is all the treasure one needs. But others would say that's a whole total crock of shit.
Are you having issues with Roll20, Jeremy?
I'm having issues with everything. I might have to reboot.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Your character kept popping in and out, so I was wondering why. Yeah, we'll see you in just a minute. We can go ahead and move down the road if everyone's ready.
Yep.
Alright. So yeah, you guys move out as a much bigger group now. Much stranger, also. These new people joining the group.
In our group, as we're walking down the hill, they probably all like hide and try and like wait for us to go by.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Let me see if you even encounter just some people just walking. Yeah. Yeah, you do see like a couple of people, yeah, they're just walking back. They have like fishing poles and stuff, and they see you guys, and sure enough, yeah, they just run off into the woods as you keep going.
Hello. Oh, they ran away before I could say hi.
Looks like I find people doing that all the time with me.
Are the natives really that skittish here?
No,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Milk is just this off-putting.
Like, don't say that about me. There's nothing wrong with me. And as he says that, he pulls out his
I
phone.
don't think it's Milk that's the off-putting one in the party. I personally believe referring to oneself in the third person to be rather off-putting.
Yeah.
Can I, like, since the people just saw us and just started running off, can I just, like, let out my, a swarm of rats out of my bag towards their direction?
Jesus. You can if you want.
Yeah, I mean, they're not probably
Tina's
gonna
like,
do
no.
What's the party's alignment?
Chaotic good, or neutral to chaotic good. But sometimes they do weird shit like this. I'm like, really?
Zaranji will call it the March of the Peter Patters of the Rats. And then he just kind of unleashes a bag of rats. Because it's not like a swarm, they're not going to attack him. He's just like letting a bunch of rats out to go at him.
Coleman says, you're releasing an invasive species. It's an invasive species. This is just like the Snad of Omgar over again.
I
Be
look over
careful,
at him
friend.
and
I believe that is how most plagues are spread.
I look at him, I look at everybody and go, look. This is backup food.
I
They
hear
will
you,
breed
Phil.
and make me more food.
But isn't
It's
the
like,
bag
okay.
already endless?
Coleman says, I mean, come on, we gotta be honest here. Who here is eating rats besides Zaranji? And nobody raises their hand. Except for Milk.
Glebithex raises two pseudopods.
And I literally go, oh, so everybody was okay with eating the fucking crows? Because I see them like, well, I saw somebody eat pickled crow. I'm like, you eat a pickled crow, but you don't want any rat. Too good for the rat.
Too gamey.
Say what?
It's too gamey.
That is because
Yeah.
you probably have not had it prepared correctly.
I don't think they eat too many rats in the Feywild, anyways, right?
No.
Yeah, they're probably eating. What do they eat? Like custard and pies.
You have to leave it out on a hot porch and let it sit for a couple weeks. That is when you get peak flavor on the rat.
So Raji doesn't have to like this. No. Fresh is always best.
For some things, yes. For rats, you really gotta let it ferment.
Ugh.
I'm gonna vomit a small rainbow.
What the fuck? That's awesome. Colvin once again is just like, oh man, what the hell? He's like, how do we always attract this type of people? Everyone's so weird.
You're telling me.
I believe it is some sort of curse that has been just laid upon adventurers as a whole.
Yeah, as you guys are heading down this road, you can see through the tree line. There's what looks like a small campfire. There's some smoke rising up, and you can smell the burning of campfire wood, and what sounds like humming, like somebody's humming a song to themselves.
Can I sneakily approach in the treetops to?
Yeah, you guys have probably also noticed Traw hasn't been with the group. He's been jumping through the trees this whole time. Traw, give me a stealth roll when you get up a little close with advantage because you're up in the trees.
Is he part monkey now?
He rolled on his paranoid roll earlier, so he wigged out.
14.
Just not quite enough. You were doing pretty well, and then right when you got to the last tree, you kind of just slid a little bit, and your boots kind of scraped some of the bark, and the figure suddenly spun around and fired an arrow in your direction to hit the tree next to you. She says, "Who goes there?"
Sexy.
Fuck. You got some,
"Come out from there."
you got some big old.
Tiberius is gonna just fly up.
Honestly, I tried to go
Hey,
for the
guys.
most normal looking one when I looked up a female centaur. All of them looked like way worse than this, and I was like, I mean, this one looks kind of normal.
Yeah, those you might have accidentally stumbled into the furry side of the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Come down from that tree.
No, you come up the tree.
I cannot do
I
that.
think it works that way.
That is a you.
Come down or I'll fire again.
I promise you don't want me to fire.
How about we meet halfway? You come halfway down the tree and you go halfway up the tree and we have a civil conversation.
She looks over at you guys and she's like, huh? It's like, there's so many of you. What?
Traw walks.
And also, I can't climb the tree.
but I'm literally
Adventurers tend to
halfway.
travel in packs. They're like wolves that way. But
Like,
less
I don't.
tasty.
I am not a dog.
Been traveling by myself for years now.
That's
That's
why I
not
said
so
tend to travel in packs.
Loser.
Jesus.
It was a generalized statement.
God damn.
Just looks at Trot for a minute and like has like her eyes narrow, and then she looks at everybody else. What brings you here? What is your business?
I don't know. I just fell through a portal and met these guys.
We
You
saw
come
you.
from the Feywild?
I did.
Me? No, I come from the Astral Sea.
Saranji
I
comes
do
from
not
the
know about
Feywild.
the sea. And she looks at the fairy and she's like, how is the Feywild? It has been years since I've been there.
It's doing. You know, there's a little bit of. It's the same old intrigue as always is.
Oh, it's good to hear. You have to tell me some more about it.
I'm gonna shapeshift into her.
She just looks at you and goes like, ah, ah.
Wait a minute,
And I'm just gonna walk around.
It's some kind of changeling. You do not know how to walk like a centaur.
I'm just imagining he turns into her and then just rears up onto the hind legs and walks around like a normal person.
Yeah.
So you must walk on all fours.
Just
You must do it
total
with the-
skinwalker behavior.
You must do it with a graceful trot. Like this. She starts doing it. It's like, just don't walk behind us. It startles us and we kick you. But as I ask again, what is your business here?
Saw fire, smelled smoke, wanted to see what was going on.
Sorry, I looked at that GIF somebody posted. Fucking dog. I forgot about that. Sorry, what'd you say, Trump?
Saw fire, smelled smoke, wanted to investigate.
Oh, it is just my camp.
Smells like horse shit.
He looks at you and says, I wonder why.
You gotta at least cover it up.
I always go off in the woods when I need to relieve myself.
I thought
was
they
like-
used it as fertilizer in the farms near here.
No, there's no farms nearby. In fact, the only
well,
neighbor I
why
have is Cranberry. Yeah, Cranberry is my only neighbor. I don't visit her often. She's very depressed.
Well, with a name like Cranberry, I can imagine why.
Yeah, you would think that being a pixie, she'd be a little happier, but she's always been like that. And she always throws cranberries at me too. So
You wanna see a magic trick?
everything
That
in
is
me
totally
says
not
no.
ominous.
But... Sorry, what?
Is that is totally not an ominous statement.
When he's asking the magic trick, she says, everything in me says no, but go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna get real close to her, and since she's not part of our party yet, I'm gonna cast Mariner layer.
Oh, the fog stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, God. You guys just see a bunch of fog just pouring out of Lux, like, all around him, and you just hear her going like, ah, I can see!
I'm gonna go.
Hopefully I don't panic and turn around and accidentally kick you.
I'm gonna slap her on the butt.
Alright, if you do that, she's definitely gonna kick you.
She can't see me to kick me.
Disadvantage, she might be able to. Nah, she's gonna miss.
Just kick him straight in the fucking face.
The fog instantly clears and you just see Lux laying there. It's like, I do not like your tricks anymore. And she runs out of the fog.
But damn you thick.
Is it just me, or
Thanks,
does
it
it
worked
sound
out.
like a bit of a sex past?
Look, I don't judge you for pulling stuff out of you. Don't judge me for what I did.
For what you put in stuff.
You stay away from me, you little creepy thing.
What does Nope say about this scenario?
He's got lots of things to say, I just won't repeat them. He mumbles under his breath, Rule 34. Subsection 9, paragraph 3.
Well, at least he isn't pulling out the Rule 63. Then stuff starts to get really weird.
So don't you mean Rule 69?
Hey, Milk, you don't have one of those grenades, do you?
I always have these grenades, even if I don't have them.
I bet she would love that grenade.
I don't want to waste them on her.
I do believe she's standing right there in the inner shot of you guys.
Just guess I can hear you. Do not throw a grenade at me or I will shoot you.
You can't see me.
If you are heading down this path, you must be heading towards the Lost Peaks. Yes?
If the last peaks, how do we know where they are?
I think I found them.
Like, well, they're on the map. It's like, you've got the map, Reyes.
I mean, look at her. I think we found the Lost Peaks.
I do not like this group.
Yes, I have a map right here.
But how,
Yes,
can
keep
they,
going.
how can they be lost
What?
if everyone knows where they are?
Like, that's just the name that they used to have.
It makes no sense.
Guess it doesn't have to. She's like, when I look at you, you don't make sense.
This is true.
I mean, that makes sense for you because I don't have a skeleton like most everything you're used to seeing.
Colvin just says, none of this makes sense, ever.
I want to
And,
play it with a stick.
Oh god. Alright. She's like, get away from me!
Shut up, you'll enjoy it.
She's gonna try and kick you again.
Dear God.
Jesus Christ.
She misses again.
Lux gets so rapey, dude.
Jesus. She's like, get away from me! Stop poking me and stuff!
You pack you with its
Wow.
She's like, I'm trying to help and give you guys direction so you can get away from my camp.
Utraw walked down off the tree, pulling out a map.
She's like about to point at it and she looks back to make sure Lux isn't near her. She's like, so hit. Okay. So, anyways, you're getting close to the city of Morden Vol'jin. What'd you say?
I'll just cast web on Lux.
Oh. Alright, let's see, how does web work? Let me pull that up.
I'm gonna use my Misty Step and get away from it.
Alright, cool. Well, he's away.
Say thank you.
Yeah.
This is all just a bit ridiculous. I was thinking about taking a walk there today. And you guys could have joined me, but now I don't want anything to do with you, so please leave. It's like, this is the city of Morden Vol'jin. It's like, you can go there if you want. Don't worry, they won't hurt you. Just get out of my sight.
Could you also show us the way to
I miss you already.
the Fountain of Memories, the Well of Memories?
I love you.
Oh, well, nobody's known where that is for a long time. It's like, maybe the people in the city did, but... It's like Cranberry might have also, but good luck getting her to talk. She never wants to talk to anyone.
Could have made beautiful half raccoon, half horse, half lady babies.
Get away from me! You're so raunchy!
No, I am Zaranji.
What?
I try to persuade her to show us.
She draws an arrow at this point. She's like, get the fuck out of my path! Get out, all of you!
Would it make it better if I brought you flowers?
Get! Yeah! Get! Jesus, Lux.
Fine, I'll just leave then.
She totally would have joined your group, but she's definitely not now.
Lux, your little red rocket wouldn't even fit past her cheek.
Tina just said, ew! What is wrong with you guys today?
I'm clipping this up.
I give.
Sorry to the new player. That was a bit fucked up.
Talk about a hot dog down the hallway.
I was not expecting that scene to go like that at all. I thought they were saying he's cool. Somebody that knows the area. Scout.
When you said so raunchy, I just knew Zaranji had to be like, no, I am Zaranji.
That was a perfect fucking bit.
Anyways, we'll just skip that scene and keep going. So you guys start to head down the the road again. She's sitting there watching you go with like 4 arrows knocked, just waiting for somebody to try something again until you disappear around the corner. Yeah, Traw hands her 10 gold. Alright. I hate your guts. I hope you die and burn through the 9 hells.
I probably will, but it's okay. I'll think of you the whole time.
Technically, there are more than 9, as there are multiple sets of hells in different universes.
Don't correct me!
I did not correct you. I merely added information to your statement.
So I'm poking
Damn it!
milk with a stick.
And as we're walking, I look at Les and go, "Why did she think you were Zaraj?"
I don't know. I was just trying to, ask her out.
Do not use my name to pick up chicks.
You know,
I'm
little
gonna
fella,
casually
I got a
reach over
thing
and
that
poke
can help
milk
you
with a
with that
stick.
size issue.
Damn it.
Nothing happens.
Tiberius is gonna fly by Lux and go, you know, buddy, I got a little something that can help you with that size issue.
Go figure we
Looks like I would hear this.
Just for your information, I'm huge for my species.
For your species.
You want to see?
Good lord.
Yes,
I'm
let me get on my microscope.
gonna pull out. I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
Oh, so close.
Damn, that was extra close.
I am miracle proof.
Miracle Proof. Hi, I'm Billy Zane. I'm selling the new Miracle Proof.
Oh, my head.
I meant Billy Zane. I meant Billy Mays. Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
The guy from Titanic, right?
Yeah, the guy that played the Phantom.
Yeah. Alright, anyways. You guys head down the road a little bit longer, and eventually you come across what looks like this hanging basket thing.
Talking about him in the special it'd be a lot calmer and live than he is in
You hear what sounds like sobbing coming from the basket.
I will fly up to the basket and take a look inside.
It sounds as though the basket is depressed.
Yeah, Tiberius, when you peer through the flowers and kind of pull them apart, there's a little tiny pixie sitting there. She looks like she's sitting on like a little bed, all sad. And there's a bunch of like half-eaten cranberries near her.
Hey, cuz, what's wrong?
Like, ah! I'm sorry, you scared me. Nothing. That's none of your business. Please just leave me alone.
I can make you happy.
Oh god.
I'll pull out my decanter of endless water and splash you with the geyser.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm gonna shake like a dog.
I mean, you gotta make a strength save, my guy.
Yeah. Do a strength saving throw.
Yeah. DC 13 strength save.
So do I add my strength plus my +5 on saving throw from where he added that, right?
Yeah, well, that was for your, what was it, guidance? Or what was your +5?
He
should
cast something on us that
It's
It
gonna
was,
be
uh,
it's gonna be a roll 20 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
I know, but
Yeah.
a couple last game they cast that spell on us that allows me to use a +5 to my saving throw.
Oh, that was the
kinda-
last game.
I thought it was permanent. Will you
No,
please quit fucking yelling?
It's not permanent. I think it only lasts like an hour, right? Isn't that what guidance does?
Guidance is at a D4.
Yeah.
And it's an hour. Or when they use the
One
D4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do make it. You just get splashed with a bunch of water.
Sorry, it's a little chaotic when I've got a kid fucking yelling at my dog behind me while I'm trying to hear you and her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just stop being so damn loud and saying her name over and over and over again. I can hear you over my headset. I don't care if you're yelling for her, just don't scream.
Yeah, this little pixie Tiberius looks very sad, and she's telling you to go away.
Well, shit, alright. Tiberius is gonna turn around and fly off.
Yeah, well, that was easy.
That's it. All right.
Tra walks up to the planter. What seems to be wrong? Is your name Cranberry?
like, yes, please leave me alone, though. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Can I just try?
And she throws a cranberry at you, and it misses.
Can I try to catch the cranberry?
Yeah, give me a dex roll.
Oh, 12.
Yeah, you catch it.
Oh, I catch it and I just put it back inside of the planter.
The crying stops for a minute, and then it just, like she kind of peers over and just says, "Please leave. Thank you for returning the berry, though."
What is your name? Cranberry?
Yes,
What are you so upset about?
it's nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Is there something maybe we can help you with?
She starts crying even harder. She's like, "Nobody can help me with what happened. No, it's horrible.
Did you lose a loved one?
Lost many of them, all of them."
Is that why you're upset?
Yeah.
How did you lose them?
I don't want to talk about it. Please just go. And she throws another cranberry your way. Misses. Just hits the ground near your feet. Or your pseudopods.
Yeah. Kind of reach down, pick it up, and return it.
Well, I was hoping maybe you could help us.
What?
And then maybe in turn, maybe there's a way we can help you.
What do you want?
I'm looking for maybe some directions to Well of Memories.
She just like, her eyes just kind of go big and like with shock, and she's like, "The fountain." And she just like completely just goes in like this catatonic state.
Can I use one of my scrolls of calm emotions on her?
Yeah. Let me see. What's the saving throw for that one? I guess yeah, you can be willing too, right?
Yeah, you could be willing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't need that saving throw then.
But it would be a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Either way, yeah, she probably don't want to feel the way she does, but yeah, you cast it on her, and she seems to calm down, kind of snap out of it for a minute, and she just says, "Go away, go away," and then just starts throwing like a whole bunch of cranberries at you. Rolls in that one with one, so it bounces off and hits her in the face. It's like, ow!
Well,
Hits you, but doesn't do any damage.
Tiberius is gonna fly back and be like, "Oh, come on, cuz. We'll get the people that capture his people. Just tell us what happened."
I can't. It's too much. You can give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion with disadvantage. Oh, okay. 11.
Okay. Yeah, she's just like, no, I can't relive it again. I can't. Please leave me alone.
Well, can't never could now. Can't never could. And it seems you knew a little about the fountain. Do you not?
Leave me alone. Throws another one at you. This one bops you right in the head.
I smirk a little bit.
Can we?
I'll
roll
take
back?
revenge on whatever happened to your kind in exchange for information on this fountain.
What'd you say, Tiberius?
Never mind. I forgot about a thing. I'll just remember it next time. I haven't added D4.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage, Trawl.
$18.
It's like, I can't relive it again. It's like, you want to make the ones that did this suffer, then you'll have to know the truth. It's like, just go to the city. Morden Vudrin. It's nearby.
Fair enough.
Just leave me alone.
Okay.
This is what she looked like, by the way. Totally forgot to show you a picture of her.
Oh,
Kind of witty for her old age.
Yeah. Very old pixie.
Alright.
But yeah, you guys start heading down the road to this city, and as you get closer and closer, it looks like it's of like dwarven make. There's these giant stone
as
walls.
we get ready to leave, I will reach up and put a severed finger in her basket and wave goodbye.
Oh my god. Wait, who's doing that?
This is Gleb.
Oh god. You guys start walking away, and like when you're 50 feet away, you just hear.
Dude, you peeked so hard I didn't hear any audio.
You just hear a bunch of screaming, like. Why? Why?
They always made me feel better.
Oh my
Colvin's like, wait, what happened? Why is she screaming now?
I gave her a severed finger to snack on. They were always one of my favorite foods when I was feeling down.
I look at Gleb. You don't just hand people severed body parts. That's
Simply comfort
with
food
this-
with cranberries.
Judging by how many of those she threw, I don't think they were.
Tina says, in the Feywild, pixies do not like severed body parts.
Good to know.
You should have
Just
left.
kinda-
You should
Just
have left
kinda-
the rat under her mat.
I don't think she had a mat to leave a rat under.
Ah.
And just
You
kind
guys
of
come
tuck,
across
tuck
this,
away a pouch with a odd red stain at the bottom of it.
Red stain. Oh, red stain. That's like bread stain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys reach what looks like, Dwarven City, an old one. Stonework, you can tell there's like the carvings of dwarves on the side. There's like ruins, or not ruins, runes. The city is in ruin. It's still standing pretty well, because it is dwarven make, but there's sections of the walls that have kind of crumbled slightly. It's been here for a while, and it looks like it's been abandoned for a while. At least that's what you think until you walk in, and you immediately see hundreds of dwarven skeletons just going about their day. It looks like they're just like performing what they were just doing when they died or something like that. Like they're like hammering away on an anvil. There's some that are walking with like baskets of stuff. There's some that look like they're standing guard with rusty weapons. They're all over the place. One goes walking past you guys with a vase in her hands, and another one is having a conversation with somebody else. There's one that's holding a baby skeleton.
Fascinating.
Yes, yes.
What is going on?
And I'll go ahead and move you guys over to the map. The arrow that you see at the top is to go to another section of the city. But besides that, you guys can just simply explore to figure out what happened here.
Traw stops one of the nearest skeletons to him.
How do you stop it?
Excuse me, sir, ma'am. Skeleton.
It literally bumps into you and just keeps walking. Like it didn't even notice you.
It's an asshole. It ignored me.
It's like, what the fuck happened here?
I don't know, but these skeletons are making me very anxious.
Yeah, he's like, but that centaur did say that they wouldn't attack us. I hope that's true. There's a lot of them.
We need to figure out what's causing this. Is it necromancy?
I don't know.
I don't imagine the skeletons just got up and walked out of their bodies.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen.
Well, let's take a look around. Tiberius is just
Right.
gonna fly up.
I just want to like walk into the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, Tiberius, when you fly up and look around, you can get a pretty good view of the city. It's pretty big. And yeah, you can just see, it looks like ants, just hundreds of these skeletons all over the city just walking around. There's one right up below you that's throwing a coin into the well. And the well is just littered with coins on the bottom.
Ooh, coins.
In fact, let me go ahead and roll to see how many coins there are. Oops. Oops. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that many. 1,553 copper pieces on the bottom of this well. Which have kind of faded in color a little bit from being underwater this long. Straw, you walk in through the door to the tavern and you creak it open, and the door, you can tell, is just like barely standing on its hinges. And there's just skeletons all inside the tavern right now that looks like they're quote-unquote drinking and eating, except there's no liquid pouring into their mouths for food. They're just like eating imaginary food. One of them's like cooking something, once again, quote-unquote cooking. There's nothing in the cauldron, and he's like stirring it, and he keeps sniffing it and make, like, at least that's what it looks like he's doing. He's keeps leaning his head back like he's smelling something weird in the food. And then he like pokes his hand in, like tastes it, but once again, nothing there.
I walk up to the cauldron and I take out my decanter of endless water and I just fill it up.
You fill it up and he starts to stir the actual liquid, like he's cooking again.
Mr. Skeleton, what are you doing?
There's no response.
I poke the skeleton.
He kind of wobbles just a little bit, but continues doing what he's doing.
I walk back out of the tavern and slam the door behind me.
Alright, did you want to search it, or?
Yeah,
It's up to you.
yeah, I'll go in there and I'll search. I'll do a perception.
Alright. I thought you rolled that.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't notice anything.
Yep.
Not a darn.
You're probably too distracted by all the skeletons and probably made you a little paranoid, so you walked out.
And I'm back.
Alright. Zoranja, you see Tra walking outside of the tavern. Tiberius flying around.
Nothing but skeletons in there, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fly down and say, looks like the whole city's dead.
I tried talking to him, but no response.
So they're not showing any signs of sapience. I wonder if they taste any good.
Let's not try to consume them just yet.
Probably a little dusty.
Depending on the dust, they can add quite a bit of flavor.
You know something else that can add flavors to my grenades? He's like, no!
Tiberius is gonna fly into this house and take a look around.
Okay. You fly in through one of the windows on the top floor, and there's one skeleton that's sitting there, and it looks like they're writing something down with ink that's dried up. Who knows how long ago? They're just scratching the paper at this point, and whatever they're writing is completely just, you can't even read it.
Well, first that was my investigation, but I do want to take a rubbing of that page. See if I can.
Okay.
Get
Right.
it done.
Nice. Yeah, your investigation, you're looking around and you don't really notice anything like anything that like shows what might have happened here, but you do like just look around the room and you find what looks like a little tiny kind of like a lock box, like a strong box sitting on their little dresser, and some silver candle holders that have been sitting there so long that they're like turning green.
I'm gonna try and get a rubbing of that page, and then I'll circle back and try to open the lockbox.
All right. Draw, roll me 100-sided. Yeah, and you do get the rubbing of the page. Yeah, nothing happens, Straw. Wait, I was like looking at that thing next to Glebethax for a minute. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't remember putting that there.
I put it there. That's Clyde.
Yeah. I know, that totally threw me off for a minute. I was like, what the fuck? The rubbing that you took, Tiberius, I don't know if you're familiar with Dwarven writing, but it looks like Dwarven writing.
Alright, I'll just put that to the side, and then I'll try to open the lockbox.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand. Open that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little old, but you're able to crack it open pretty easy. And inside you find what looks like 3 different sets of copper jewelry. They look kind of old. One of them has a flawed amethyst in it. Another one has like kind of like a very interesting looking pendant that's made out of some kind of metal with a Dwarven writing on it.
I'm gonna touch it and see if it gets any reaction from the skeleton.
Okay. Yeah, you pick it up, or just touch it, like poke it?
Yeah, just pick it up.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up and nothing happens. The skeleton continues to sit there.
I'll swipe it.
Alright. Got 3 little necklaces, basically, that are probably about worth 35 gold pieces. In total.
Zaranji goes in here.
You walk into the smith and you see what looks like a larger skeleton than the others, and he's banging away on a anvil, and he's got what looks like half of a handle of something that looks really fancy. Like it looks like he was working on something, like currently still trying to finish whatever it is, but it's just not happening because he's out of materials. The thing's not on, and so he's just banging away at nothing.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's anything like, even though it's, all old and stuff,
Yeah.
if there's anything worth value?
Yeah. Also, anybody that's new, let me know if the music ever gets annoying. I can switch it up.
Let's see here. What's perception? Wisdom plus 3. 17 plus 3, 20.
Alright, you find what looks like a little tiny, nice-looking box that had like a bunch of runes and like carvings done all over it, and it looks like of Dwarven make, but it's empty. And next to the box is a looks like a journal.
Huh. Is the box like in good condition? Like, could I use it?
Yeah.
I want to take that box with the runes on it.
Okay.
And I want to pick up the journal and open it.
Alright. The journal has like a very strange make. Dwarves would, make their stuff last a little bit longer. Like the types of paper they would use, the ink that they would use, it would just last longer. But it's like just barely readable to where you can actually read it. And this is what the journal says. Can you see that?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can see it.
And you can read that out loud or just read it in your head. It's up to you.
So am I the only one who can see this?
Nope, I got it too.
Oh, okay.
Or you're the only one in the room, at least, yeah. But everybody
Yeah.
else can see.
Yeah, above board, I think everyone can read it, but in game only you can read it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in potato space we can all read it.
Okay. Potato space.
Yeah, it's a thing from one of my friends from LARPing. Is like if they're talking out of character or out of game, they'll put a fist on top of their head. It was like potato to show that they're talking out of character.
Yeah. I never got to try LARPing, but that would be fun.
So this is the box that the Electrum came in, but there's no sign of any of the Electrum anywhere?
Yeah,
Like a second
Electrum.
box?
No, I mean just like, or is there Electrum in this box?
No, it looks like he was working, like, the handle that he's holding in his hands looks like it's an Electrum handle. Like he needed just a little bit more to, which you don't see another box anywhere.
Oh man.
But who in their right mind would carry around the Electrum? It is such a useless form of currency.
Is there like a door over here or anything I can go like through this?
He does have a door to his house. You can look around.
I want to.
Okay. You start going through his house, yeah, and it's pretty run down. Stuff's broken, falling apart.
Can
Uh,
I do a perception? Is there anything worth perceiving?
yeah. Give me a perception.
12 plus 3, 15.
Yeah, it looks like he had a, like some collections of dwarven, like, statues that he was working on in his, like, free time. They're not very great, but you could probably sell them for, like, 5 gold each. There's, like, 5 of them.
Saranji rubs his hands together. And he takes all 5.
Alright. Alright, so, Glibithex, what are you doing? You said you were writing, or making some kind of...
Yeah, so about 10 minutes ago, I started doing a ritual circle to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And once the
Alright,
spell pops off, take a circuit around the town and see if I get any magical pings.
Okay. Let's see where there would be, if any. Scroll over my notes.
And let me put on the 30-foot aura. No. Yeah. And it just lasts for 10 minutes, so just make a circuit of the town.
Okay. And you'll start moving around.
Yep.
Okay. Nothing's coming from that large house. There is something coming from the gate over here.
Okay. Well, let's go anti-clockwise. What school of magic am I getting off the gate?
Let's see, what kind of magic would that be? Magic would be like, what would Shatter be?
Shatter is an evocation spell.
Okay, yeah, that's what you'd be picking up.
Okay. Be careful around the west gate. I sense something somewhat dangerous attached to it.
Yeah, it looked like it was coming from like a small little square right here.
Hmm.
And, yeah, I don't know if you want to get close enough, but it's up to you.
I will get back to it in passing.
Troll walks over. Are you walking over, Troll?
Preliminary scan.
I sure am.
Alright, yeah, you walk over and it looks like you come across what might have been some kind of like postal storage system, like your mail, like being dropped off in a specific area.
There's a fucking magic pipe bomb in the mailbox.
Yeah, and like you go over and find one of these little boxes, and it's locked. There's a keyhole.
I'm gonna try to pick lock it.
All right, out of hand.
27.
Yeah, it pops open pretty easy, and inside it looks like a very nice looking box, with carved runes and carvings all over it.
I pick it up.
All right.
Probably worth something.
So
Are you
is the
opening
box
it?
that was inside the box the thing that's registering the evocation?
Yeah. Yeah,
Be
Traw's holding
careful.
it now.
Be careful, that could blow up in your face.
Probably. I open it.
Kaboom!
Inside it looks like there's a large slab of electrum ingot.
Wow.
We found the electrum that we don't know he needed.
Does it look expensive?
It's electrum.
Does look nice.
It's literally like an alloy of silver and gold.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I put that in my pack.
Yeah, it's like one of the most annoying currencies they added to D&D, because one
Yeah.
electrum piece is half a gold piece.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
How does that spell?
Electrum. So it's like electric, but instead of IC, it's UM.
Okay. And it's in English.
Yeah. And Tiberius, where you're at, you're next to this daze. There's a skeleton sitting up on top of it, just kind of pointing randomly, and you can see his jaw opening up a bunch. And there's people around him, like skeletons around him. Just kind of seems like they're listening.
So these are
Whatever
like
he's saying.
seats, not gibbets.
They're what?
Seats, not gibbets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because this looked like a gallows square.
Yeah, no, that's not what it is.
Is he making any noise at all or no?
No, there's no
Probably-
noise. I mean,
probably
besides
just
the
the
clacking of their
occasional-
teeth.
Yeah, clacking of teeth, creaking of bones. Am I getting any sort of ping off of the skeletons?
Very mild. Like you can
And-
almost not even see it. Really.
So, like, very, very mild necromancy.
Actually, it would be. Let me look this up.
Oh.
Enchantment.
Well, that's unusual. Typically, with animated skeletons, you get a necromancy aura, not an enchantment aura.
Yeah.
Huh.
David, where'd Jeremy go?
I don't know.
Oh well. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
Continuing my circuit of the town, looking for pings.
You get to the carpenter once in, you can kind of see that mild glow coming from inside, probably like a skeleton at work.
Has Aranji found anything interesting?
Saranji has only found a giant, bigger skeleton hammering things, but I found this neat box.
It's just like the one Traw had.
Oh, we found one of those over in, in the mail slot. There's a big metal bar in it. Looked like Electrum.
According to the journal that I read in there, that ghost guy was waiting on that.
Maybe he'll finish what he was working with if we give it to him.
I don't know.
I will cast Thaumaturgy to amplify my voice so it'll reach Tra. So, Tra!
Okay.
We need the metal bar over here!
The fuck? Who said that?
The fucker said- Yeah, it seemed like it startled Tra a little bit.
And just wave a pair of pseudopods to signal you over.
I never wanted to see that.
Oh, what? And then just the pseudopods will branch off into more pseudopods.
No. You see Trot just throw open to the well.
I'd say something about how that's their drinking water supply, but something tells me these people aren't drinking.
Maybe it will clean the coins.
No, what is so important?
Apparently, there is a larger skeleton in the other room, and it had a thing saying it needed an electrum bar. According to Zoranji.
His journal. It said this.
This building?
No. This one.
Okay.
We found it because it looked like it was a pipe bomb in the mailbox.
Well, you have fun with that. I'm going to go in here. I already saw the big skeleton.
I walk into this building.
Okay. And yeah, you see what looks like a smith's smithing away, except there's nothing like his little smithing stove or oven or whatever is not going. I'm totally blanking on the actual name of what that's called.
The forge?
Yeah, furnace. Yeah, forge. It's not going. It's not burning. He doesn't have a. It looks like he's gone through his supply of like coals and whatnot to set that up, but there is like a second batch that's like near him, just kind of sitting there covered with dust. And yeah, he's holding a large electrum handle.
Maybe if we get this furnace going and smelt it. Maybe.
Let's give it a shot.
Tiberius comes flying in.
I don't know how to work a furnace though.
Just leave this to me, Chips. And he's gonna use Mage Hand to scoop in the coals into his forge. And he's gonna use Druidcraft to just snap his fingers and light it blaze.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Glebithex will just turn into a one-man stoker shoveler crew. Will just grow like eight pseudopods. Will just kind of
nice
bucket brigade the coal into the forge.
You just see
Hell
him
yeah.
drop down to his knees, feeling nauseous.
Why is this so unsettling for you?
So many limbs and appendages just growing out of you.
Yeah, between the three of you guys.
I'm just redistributing my biomass.
Yeah, Tra, says Milk. Like from a window.
I just sprayed milk with water again.
I don't know water. My only weakness. Yeah, sure enough, you guys get the forge going, and the guy reaches for what you'd assume to be the extra electrum, and he's like reaching for it with his empty hand. And do you put it down there?
Yeah, I give it to him.
Yeah, Skeleton grabs it and starts to forge away. It looks like it'll take some time, like he said in the journal, which I don't think Zoranji mentioned that part. It'd take about all day, but
We have time to kill. We can continue doing a circuit of the town looking for more magical stuff.
yeah. Zoranji, you're in the carpenter's place, so give me a perception check. Looks like he's working on a table currently. Like the same table he's been working on for who knows how many years. It's kind of falling apart.
13 plus 3, 16.
Alright. You find this journal.
But the question is, can this carpenter turn water into wine? Or is that not this universe?
No, like wrong universe.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's from Earth. Is that
Um,
note showing you guys?
Yeah, show it for me.
Hmm.
Do we have the Potter's house in this spot?
That's in one of the other maps. But you
Well-
do have the tavern there, which you guys went in, that he just didn't see the journal.
Yeah. Was it tavern, or did he mention the tanner too?
The tavern.
Tavern, okay. Well, let's
Potter.
investigate the tavern.
You go into the tavern and you see multiple skeletons sitting there, once again, quote unquote, eating and drinking, laughing, having a good time. And you kind of slither over behind the bar, and you find
It's more a series
behind
of
it.
wet slapping noises.
Yeah. If Charles was in there with you, he probably would have been like, ah! Yeah, you find what looks like a very, very old gun that's clearly not working anymore, and next to a journal.
I did not know they had these devices on this world. Interesting.
Flintlock pistol.
Very primitive. But we'll open the journal.
Right.
Interesting. Someone was roofing the patrons. Alright, they probably don't use that term on this world.
I still use it, says Milk. And
You're technically not from this world.
Did everybody read that note?
Yeah, I just got finished.
Alright.
Looks like we should investigate the alchemist
Potter.
and the potter.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Yeah, and you
alchemist still
find-
has this substance.
You fly into the Tanner, Tiberius, and you find some people at work on some stuff that's basically completely fallen apart at this point. There's like scraping imaginary skins. Whatever smell that used to be in here is not there anymore. You
This
know,
is
tanning
probably the
is
nicest smelling tannery I've ever been to.
Yeah. And yeah, and you gave me that perception check. Okay. You do find a as you're like going through the house and kind of floating around, you like land occasionally and just kind of looking through some stuff and like lifting up the, you know, beds, going through drawers trying to find something, and you step on a loose floorboard. Makes a noise.
I'll pull it up.
And you open it up and look down, and it looks like it looks like a wand. It's slightly cracked.
I'll grab it.
Some strange little carvings of nightshade, like the flower all over it.
Interesting. I will put it in my bag.
Okay.
Did you get my whisper?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you are starting to wonder. Yeah, somebody would probably, Glubethx would probably mention what he read in the journal. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to you and Traw, and so yeah, you'd hear that and definitely be curious what that meant by Fey origin with this substance.
Well, I know nothing of the Fae, but I know Tina will probably know something of this.
Tina says, "Yes."
How do you feel on this matter?
Like, well, could be some kind of a alcohol, a poison, maybe. Except, like they said, it didn't seem to be poisonous. It was just entertainment purposes.
Technically,
That's-
alcohol is a poison.
Yes, that's true. Like, well, I've had tea parties before with stuff that, made us laugh nonstop or shrink down or change colors. So, yeah, this could very easily just be some kind of, something meant to just make people laugh, to have fun.
You see, fella, we don't necessarily do stuff for rational reasons all the time. Sometimes we just want a little laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a
See?
harmless prank.
Yeah. It's just a prank, she says.
Everybody's dead. But it's just a prank.
Like, well, I mean, I don't think this was a prank.
Sounds like someone was trying to sabotage the owner of the tavern.
Well, it definitely sounds like there's been some tricksters all over the place. Sounds very Fae-like.
And they're talking about the carpenter having issues, about his tools in the oven, and then there's, the tavern owner, and then the potter.
Yes, we
could go there now.
Visit the potter.
Alright. Is this music okay for everybody, by the way? I can mix it up.
Yeah,
if it's-
it's like really nice. Kind of just fades into the background.
Okay, good.
It's like classic Skyrim or just MMO exploration music.
Yeah, I got it from the show Mushishi.
She sounds like the laugh of a One Piece villain.
Well, Mushi meaning bug, so
Yeah, Mushishi is really good. It's like X-Files meets Spirited Away, but it was like more relaxing and pretty. Alright, so you guys are on the second part of the map.
It literally does have to do with bugs. Okay.
Yeah. You guys walk past stables that have skeletal horses, and they're all clamping their skeletal hoofs down, kind of glancing over at you occasionally. Not at you exactly, but just in your direction. Clearly nobody's aware that you're...
Continue to make my circuit and see if I get any more pings off of detect magic.
Okay. From the alchemist, you definitely get a ping.
Oh. Well, let's go inside. And what do I find?
When you pull open the door, it just falls past you and lands on the ground. Just a bunch of dust shoots up. There you go inside, and you see somebody that looks like they're working on a bunch of like little alchemical tools and devices. There's no little fires going. Some of the glass is chipped on some of these little vials, and most of it's covered with dust and gotten really old. But it looks like he was messing with something in particular. It's the only thing that's not completely covered with dust because he keeps picking it up with his hand and like looking at it occasionally, and he sets it back down next to him, and that's where the magic's coming from, and it's showing enchantment magic.
Let's go ahead and grab that.
Alright. Yeah, you pick it up, and then like a few seconds go by, and he reaches and grabs it again, except there's nothing there, and he holds up his hand and looks at it, and then sets it back down.
Alright, I will air quotes sit down and start sketching out another ritual circle.
Okay.
And when I say sit down, it's just the legs just kind of blob into the torso, and the torso lowers to the ground.
Yeah. And any kind of ingredients he would have had would have been long gone by now, but there is a chance to find a magic potion for anybody that wants to look for one.
Yeah, I'll do a perception.
Secret potion!
Secret potion.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Alright, try you do find one.
That's a running joke with my Magic the Gathering group.
Yeah. I've never played that. I always like the cards though.
I'll be right back. I gotta give the cat medicine.
I just
Alright.
bought.
Oh, so Gizmo's up with you? Okay.
I just bought a
I do gotta-
box of Murders of Karlov.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if you're gonna say Markov like a lot of people tend to accidentally do. It's like, wrong plane!
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just finished building Comrade Mole.
Trawl, the potion you find is like in a stone bottle.
You wanna know why I call him Comrade Mole?
Yeah.
Because in Soviet Russia, mole whack you.
Oh god.
So is it just
Yeah, it's Anzrag. Anzrag Voltron, and it is disgusting. I've only gotten a chance to do it in a couple of 1v1 games. But I was basically killing off a person playing the Angel Secret Lair Precon by like turn 6. Like, that is a scary card.
My daughter's name is Avison.
Because of Magic the Gathering, or
Yes.
yeah, when I was working at a ropes course near me, had a kid come in whose name was Johnny, but his parents had never heard of Magic the Gathering.
That's hilarious.
It's like, Jace makes sense because that's actually a relatively common name.
My ex-wife
Even
has
before.
has a stepson named Jason and a son named Gideon.
Alright, sorry, I'm gonna step away to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
So who grabbed that vial, by the way?
I did.
Not the potion, but the vial that the alchemist was looking at.
Oh, I grabbed it and I'm getting ready to ritually cast Identify.
Okay, alright.
Hence the blobbing down and sketching.
Okay. Are you going over to the overgrown house, Trawl?
Yes. And was that just a mysterious potion?
Yeah, you don't know what it is yet.
You should leave that
when you
with
head
me
towards-
so I can figure out what it does.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
All right.
Generally not a good idea to drink random potions.
I do it all the time, but here you go.
I am surprised you're still alive.
I just hand them the mysterious potion to identify.
I will
Alright.
identify
So, yeah.
this after the vial.
All
I'll go
right.
back to drawing the ritual circles.
Alright. Trawl, when you start heading towards that house, you notice one thing about it is that it smells really good. Like, very minty smell with like a hint of lavender coming off this house.
Ooh,
What is this vile smell I am detecting?
smells good.
And as you're sitting there kind of staring at the house, that skeleton with the vase comes walking by and opens up the front door and goes inside.
I just follow right after.
Yeah, she
Catch a door
Sets
in the
her
nose.
she sets her vase down next to what looks like hundreds of other vases that look just like it. They're all kind of shattered. There's only a few that are still sitting right. They look like nice, like bits of pottery. Like you could probably take them and sell them, but they are kind of big. But regardless, she like sets it down, then looks at one and then the next, like right next to each other, and just kind of scratches her head for a minute. Front door.
Hmm. Well, as I peer in, I'll do a perception check.
Alright.
If anyone just walks past the alchemist, they'll occasionally hear a bit of a crunch. The weirdly stained pouch is sitting next to the blobbed up Gleb, and you can see a finger poking out the top.
So he's just eating fingers.
Yes, snacking fingers.
God. Trial, you find a journal inside the overgrown house.
I open it up.
Yeah, this is what you see.
Dancing Falls. Interesting.
When you finish reading that,
Assuming you share that with the party, Tiberius is gonna have some suspicions.
Can I step into the back of the house to try to find these herbs?
yeah, absolutely. They're growing all over the place. You don't even have to look.
Oh,
They just were left ungrown, untamed for a while.
I look at these, and how many can I just grab?
Yeah, like handfuls. You can roll a 12-sided and add 5.
16. What are they called? Memory herbs or whatever?
It's hold on, let me tell you exactly what it is. I actually looked up actual herbs that are supposed to help with memory. So peppermint, spearmint, lavender. Let's see what else. And no, that's it. Yeah. It's also got little tiny puzzles, kind of like Rubik's cubes, like old-fashioned ones, and stuff like that. And looks like she was working on
reason
those.
that she'd have blacksmith puzzles, considering there's a blacksmith a couple doors down.
Yeah. Well, and she clearly had a thing for him.
Well, considering the puzzle, it's more like she thought that by stimulating a brain, she could kind of restore, stop herself from blacking out.
Yeah. I made her repeat some of the lines too, just to show her memory loss in the
Yeah, that was a really good touch.
Alright.
Yeah, okay, my brain filtered that out completely because I didn't even notice.
Yep. It's like when you accidentally write the, but you don't notice it until someone else reads it.
Yeah, exactly. David, what is Zoranji doing?
Zoranji's going to look around the market.
Walk around there and see some skeletons selling some stuff. Yeah, quote unquote selling. Other skeletons walking up and handing bags of coins to that skeleton. It looks like pretty mundane stuff. Whatever weapons or tools or things they were selling are completely falling apart, except the bags are barely hanging on. Whatever coins they're using are real.
Wow. Okay.
What do you want to do?
Perception?
Alright. Give me a perception check.
Oof. 2 plus 3, 5.
Yeah, not too great. All you know is that they're handing bags of money over to each other. You could try to take it.
I guess I do try to do that.
Watch this actually trigger a response as if like there was actually a thief in
Yeah,
the
like-
market that one day.
Like the whole town stops what they're doing, walking everything, and just like all their heads turn towards me and their mouths open, they all start shrieking. I'm like, oh my god!
You want to roll just to see if there happened to have been a theft that day at that moment, but it's gonna be a very slim chance. Yeah, it didn't happen. Yeah, you walk over and just kind of look around, and then slowly just grab one of the bags like off the table, and the skeleton doesn't react at all.
Please tell me it's not Electrum. Please tell me it's not Electrum. That would actually be hilarious if they were all trading in Electrum.
Well, what'd I get?
Well, 62 Electrum pieces.
Translation: 31 gold.
Is that the only bag?
Yeah. No, there's more. There's like 5 more.
Oh, I want to take all the bags.
Alright.
Give me.
So you find 164 Electrum pieces.
I find another 164.
Yeah.
So that's another 82 Electrum, or 82 gold
Yep.
worth of Electrum.
Tiberius, you're in the stable, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Glubathex, actually, you probably would have noticed this on walking in, too. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, he's in a stable right now, looking at these horses. There's some horseshoes. Looks like some of them are kind of nice, like nicely made for like people that can afford, more expensive horses. They want them to look pretty good. There's some very old bags of horse feed, which are clearly gone by now. There is a pitchfork leaning against the wall that looks very clean. Like it's like dust hasn't touched it at all. And Glubathex, when you were walking by, you probably would have noticed some kind of glow of magic in there.
Okay. Well, once I finish identifying this, I'll re-up the detect magic and check it out again.
Yeah, Tiberius, you do see that pitchfork. It's up to you if you want to mess with that.
Ooh, shiny. It's gonna fly up.
Touch it and
Pick it up.
summon a devil who grabs it and starts poking you in the ass with it.
Hey, man.
You pick up the pitchfork.
Yep. With me.
Yeah, it's very light. Like even your mage hand is just kind of holding it, and you're like it's like between 2 fingers, just to show how light it is.
Suddenly, your skin turns red and you grow horns and a long barbed tail. And you feel a strong urge to poke people in the ass with your pitchfork.
Well, hang on to it. And then I'm going to try and see if there's any bits or equipment to hook up the horse, and I'm gonna try and ride on the horses around town.
Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, there's definitely stuff you can attach to the horse. It's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, just because it's a skeleton.
I mean, I envision him being 2.5 feet tall, standing on its back and holding the rein.
Yeah.
An exercise.
So yeah, you get the horse all readied up and then hop on its back, and yeah, it's definitely uncomfortable, even with the saddle. Like you can still kind of feel the bumps of its spine coming through. The horse makes these weird clattering noises with its teeth and kind of grind its teeth together.
There, Boney. It's okay. I'm just gonna take Boney off of the road.
And yeah, you just start riding a dead horse through the town. Everyone's like, "What the hell?" Like Colin and Milk.
At least he's not beating it.
Milk says, "You beat that dead horse with a stick."
When he says that, I'm gonna give the reins a little snap.
Yeah, it runs forward a little bit. Glubathex, your ritual spell is done. You're able to identify What was the other thing that you got besides the bottle?
It was the vial
Trough.
and the mystery potion that Tra found.
Mystery potion was stone skin.
Ooh.
The vial identifies as a bottle of pixie cider.
Interesting. Maybe the cranberry will appreciate some of this.
Exactly. It's a full bottle. It has, or both sides. There's like 1 teaspoon that's missing. So there's 11 teaspoons. Each teaspoon is actually worth quite a lot. It's worth 200 gold. And basically anybody that consumes this sees stars and dust behind people for 1 to 4 hours, and it does get you a little intoxicated.
I kind of reform my leg pseudopods and step outside and again thaumaturgy amplify my voice to call Tra.
Yeah, right when you're walking into the Potter's Trough.
Damn it!
So bad.
Gleb is gonna be the bane of all stealth encounters.
Guys, we're almost into the king's castle. Hey guys, I'm here to help. No.
It is a potion of stone skin. I think you will like it.
Yeah, that'll serve useful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stop scaring me.
Maybe you should be a little less skittish. Sounds like an issue, not an ish me.
Alright, so you want to continue to go into the Potters?
Yeah.
And then Zoranji's going into the inn. Alright, Zoranji, you go into the inn. You see a skeleton behind the desk writing something down. And you can see another skeleton sitting over next to the fireplace, which is not lit. And they're drinking out of a cup that has nothing in it.
Oh, that's right. We wanted to check the alchemist for a journal.
Yeah, you guys weren't able to find a journal that had anything about that besides...
Well, I
like
just
some-
honed in on the bottle with the detect magic and completely blanked on the fact that there might be a journal in here.
I think so. I think Tra, did a perception check too.
Oh, fair.
But he did find some notes talking about whatever it was, and them deciding it wasn't poisonous but fey.
Hmm.
Probably because of the star stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can now confirm that it is indeed of fey origin. Hooray for the identify spell!
This Raji, you're in this inn. You can hear footsteps walking around upstairs too.
Yeah, I want to look around the whole entire place, even all the rooms and stuff.
Perception.
Yeah. Damn it! 2 plus 3 again. 5.
Yeah, you just go into like some of the rooms and look around, and there's just some people that are clearly staying there. There's one that's laying in a bed. There's one that's reading. You walk in on one, and you just don't even want to repeat what you saw in there. You just shut the door immediately.
Were
You're like, no.
bone-in?
Yeah, they were.
Absolutely, they're bone-in.
Yeah, give me a death saving throw.
How can you enjoy a finger without the crunch?
Oh, God. Yeah, you don't find anything particularly interesting even on their travel stuff. Tra, you walk into the Potters. You see one of them working on what looks like the little pottering wheel. It's spinning around, but there's no clay, and they're just molding nothing with their hands. And you don't even have to roll perception because there's a journal sitting right next to them.
Oh, it's that kind of pot. I was looking for ganja leaf.
I pick up the journal and I read it.
Right?
A part of me is just terrified to imagine what a stoned Glevithex would be like.
Oh God! Yeah.
As horrifying as he already is.
Come on, let me show.
On there, yeah. Did that show up?
Yep.
Let me know when you guys are done with that.
Has 2 suspects in mind.
And I'm done with that.
Besides that, she's got like materials, kind of like raw gold that she uses to make like gilded pottery, which you saw in the other house. That's what I was saying. You could actually technically sell that, but you could definitely take the raw gold if you want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's worth about 101 gold pieces. The bit that's left. Just picture Tiberius riding around in circles on the dead horse around the market. Like, yeah, see, look at my horse.
Yeah, Sam. Come on, fella.
Yeah, good boy. I didn't know if you were actually going into school or not.
I will be in a second.
Okay.
Do I happen to see anything else in there?
Not anything that's very interesting.
Okay.
I also totally forgot to mention whoever went into the tavern, or not the tavern, yeah, the tavern, there were recipes behind the bar too. So there's a recipe for dwarven ale, barley cake, the cook's special dumplings, there's creamy brown cap and chicken stew, some kind of drink called fire seed, and then blood sausage.
Plan on going back.
But is the dwarven ale really made out of dwarves?
Looks like I don't think so. Otherwise, I feel like it would taste a bit short on hops.
I believe the word you're looking for is stout.
Yeah, there we go. This guy, he gets it. They made from real Girl Scouts. I never watched that original. It was a
Me
movie or
neither.
show. Yeah,
Movie.
I watched that.
The new Wednesday's a show, and I think they did an animated Addams Family.
Yeah.
I think
It's
they
still
said it
gonna
would
be a
take
while.
all day, like an all-day
Yeah.
process for the sword.
But I think
George,
we
there's
should
a
be
chance
safe
we can
enough to
try
bunker
that.
down here for the night if we want to wait out the sword.
Oh yeah, totally. It's actually still technically, like, I know the map makes it look like nighttime, but it's actually probably about 11 o'clock in the morning.
We could go back to Cranberry and see if she'd like some of this pixie cider.
Which let me
Well,
add that to my
before we
inventory.
do that, I have a sneaking suspicion that either Pixies, Brooklyn's, or both are behind these springs.
I thought that was fairly obvious at this point.
Fairy. Shut up, Milk!
Well, Pixies are very sensitive.
But you're both members of the Fae.
Yeah.
Anybody looking at the storage, by the way, has a chance to come across like some mundane items or things that they might need, like rope or something like that. Just roll 100-sided, and if you get a 1 through 25, one particular item you're looking for, you can find.
I'm gonna look around.
Okay. You walk into the school, and there's just a bunch of little tiny skeletons sitting in chairs with a bigger skeleton pointing at the little chalkboard with a big stick. And Luck walks in there with you, and he says, my miracle stick's better than hers. He's like, watch this, and he walks over and pokes her. Nothing happens. Damn it! And he walks out of the room.
One day, champ, one day.
That reminds me. But yeah, you see all the kids looking at the teacher, and she's drawing on the board with what looks like chalk, but obviously there's nothing there. There's just drawings that have been made a long time ago that are still barely visible. And it looks like she was teaching them something about like mining in the mines.
I'm just gonna fly up and scratch into the board a little picture of poop.
All right. I was like thinking about making one of the skeletons laugh, but I was like, no, that'll kind of break the immersion.
Just a bunch of kids.
Yeah, you did look behind the teacher's desk for one brief moment, and you saw a half-empty bottle of wine that's been sitting there for a while.
I think you mean vinegar at this point.
Yeah, vinegar. Yeah, basically vinegar. I mean, it might still get you drunk. I don't know.
No, because when it goes from wine to vinegar, all the alcohol gets turned into acetic acid.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to use it as some kind of poison now. It's up to you.
Or to season a salad.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna hop back in the woods.
Now, which direction you guys want to go now, since you've cleared out that little area?
I guess carry on.
Well, so we've got the mention of the falls, but we could also see if giving Cranberry the pixie cider might lighten her mood and see if she'd be willing to give us a bit more information.
I think we need to know a bit more, just in case people retaliated against it.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like these people got tired of the pixies and them messing with them, and then retaliated in brutal fashion, and then something nasty happened to them in reciprocation.
Yeah.
I mean, pretend I just said that in this accent.
You guys head up to the next part, which is a little temple that's sitting on a little overlook. It's kind of up on a huge section of rock. A lot of the temple's starting to fall apart. The front door's not even there anymore.
I just want to walk straight up the rock.
All right. Looks like I can do that too. Watch, and he takes one step and falls. And he's like, "Give it."
Well, you'll have that on the bigger jobs, Milk.
Yeah, you walk into the temple. There's skeletons everywhere. It looks like they're praying. One looks like they just walked in and sat down and was kneeling for a minute next to one of the prayers and listening. And there's one skeleton at the front that's got very tattered-looking robes that are barely hanging on. And all of this, there's different skeletons. About 8 of them have these necklaces on that look pretty nice with the symbol of Moradin on it, which is the dwarven god. And he's clearly trying to talk, but all you hear is just the clattering of his teeth. And sitting up on the little dais behind him is a journal or a book.
Well, let's read it.
Noticed I forgot to put the stonemason up. That was one journal you guys never found because the stonemason wasn't one of the locations.
Oh.
Let me know when you guys are done with that. Tina says, they mentioned that name Deernira in all those journals you guys have found so far.
I also noticed that.
From the context clues, I would imagine it's the lady in the overgrown house, considering it was full of pottery.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, well, where's she now? Didn't she mention she was going to the Fountain of Memory? It'd be kind of hard to figure out which one was which now.
Well, considering we saw her set down a pot and then scratch her head as though confused, would make sense that maybe that skeleton is Daenerys. So maybe she
Yeah,
did go to the fountain.
Well, if she knows the direction, then like, what do we do now?
We saw a journal that mentioned some falls. Maybe if we take this pixie cider to Cranberry, she can show us the way to the falls.
Yeah, she did seem to know about the falls, or the fountain.
That's true.
And also, can't the Fae steal memories? Isn't that a thing they can do?
Yeah. They also make people lose time. That's why I suggest you don't eat anything that a Fae prepares. You wake up 1,000 years later, and oops.
It's like, yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cut and dry what happened here. Except for the skeletons.
Says what? What happened?
Well, it appears that through some means, a group of pixies, be it the realm of the Feywilds, the borders between the Feywilds and this world weakening, or some other means, that a group of pixies took up residence and decided to have fun with this town. And it appears somebody found out and I guess killed the pixies. Most of them. It should explain why Cranberry was so upset.
Tina shakes her head and says, that's such a shame. Like, the pixies aren't usually trying to be mean. They're just... The dwarf should have known that. So, you guys want to interact with this temple anymore, or leave? You could technically take their necklaces.
Don't most places of worship have coffers of some sorts?
I do.
Well, let us perhaps try and find those. They're dead, so they're not going to use it anymore.
Alright, give me a perception check. Eight.
Fucking nat 1 on my perception.
I thought Zoranji had it as 6 cents for gold.
Tiberius definitely finds it when he's flying around. He notices it up on like the top of a shelf, and the only way to do that is by using this little rolling ladder, is to like get to it. Except he can obviously fly, so he can probably just grab it and bring it down.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just bring it down and I'll put it right here in the center.
And it is locked.
I would like to perform a sleight of hand and just shove a pseudopody inside the lock.
See if it opens like that.
I'll eat dinner first.
Doesn't quite open, but it does make the lock go, ooh! No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't do that.
I'm sure macaroni sounds coming from the lockbox.
No, it makes the lock a little slimy, but yeah.
Can I just...
You felt like you might have been kind of close.
Yeah.
Oh, Traw gets it open.
Yeah. I stopped leaving residues 122 years ago.
Draw fine. Or yeah, inside the thing is 18 copper pieces, 35 silver, 34 gold, and 87 platinum.
Nice.
Nice.
A giant boulder rolls down and attacks you.
Chris Redfield punches it.
You're on Canada.
You guys play the new Resident Evil games?
I have not.
7 and 8. Yeah.
I haven't played a Resident Evil game, period. I don't really do horror.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was going to the GameStop at one point, and I was just telling the guy, I was like, dude, I'm just so bored of games now. They're all just so boring, and I'm like, I want something new. And he was like, oh, try that one. And I was like, what? And he was pointed at Resident Evil. And I was like, dude, I don't like those kind of games. And he was like, it's only $7. And I'll tell you what, man, if you play it and bring it back in a couple days, I'll give the money back to you if you don't like it. And I was like, all right, okay. So I ended up playing it, and I was like, holy fucking shit, that was so good. It was really intense.
Yeah.
I didn't like horror until the Outlast Trials.
Yeah, I'd say I didn't like horror, and then I remembered when I was a lot younger, I played fucking Dante's Inferno on the PSP.
Oh, yeah.
Although that's just mild, like, that's just gorier God of War.
Yeah. RE7 was like Hills Have Eyes meets Chainsaw Massacre and The Thing, like the movie The Thing. And it was just so super fucking intense. And then RE8, they were just like, fuck it, just dragons, skeletons, werewolves, vampires, just throw all that in.
Giant blobby fish guy.
Yeah. So you guys done with the temple?
Yes, sir.
Alright. I added a new location, just because I forgot about the stonemason. This is a little to the east. You guys head down that way. I don't have a picture of it, but I do have the temple at least. You can walk into the house. Looks like he's working on some stone, obviously. And he's got a journal that's sitting in his room, out in the open. Easy to find.
Alright.
So that's what you guys find. Y'all are done with that?
But what if in fact she does deserve this?
I never thought about it like that. You know what? That bitch. So that was Nir's brother. Because back on the original map, you can see the smith is still working hard on making the weapon.
Work faster.
I am, damn it! I'm just kidding. Leave me alone. Be patient. Didn't you see that thing in the first thing that the DM posted? I don't know if anybody noticed that, actually. I kind of was at the bottom of the hold on, look. I'll just go over to that for a minute.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was just
That was
I didn't notice.
Centaur.
You have
Yeah.
piece of shit.
I'm gonna crawl into the well and just extend my head out on a tentacle and peer down the well.
Oh my fucking gosh.
No, it's more like a fountain instead of like a. I don't know why I put well or.
Fair.
You know,
Okay,
like a fountain.
so it's a fountain, not a well.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah, I should have put fountain.
Yeah.
Of course, then
I
I'd say, like,
spared from this bout of body horror.
What do you guys want to do now?
I guess go back to Cranberry and get her fucked up on the Fey potion.
All right.
Something tells me one of you should give it to her, because I don't think she wants to see me.
I don't
Travis
know.
reached
This is
out,
intrusive
grabbed the
thoughts. If I was a bad character, I just would just walk up to that pot and just punch it. Just
Let the
Set it
intrusive
on
thoughts
fire.
win. Do it.
It's
I'm
crying.
gonna
You're crying now, you little bitch. I'm just kidding.
You guys go back to her
grab
little
the
hanging
pixie
basket.
dust. And
Yeah, you
I'm
can go back
gonna
to the
fly
hanging basket.
out.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly up
Yeah,
and
she
go,
sees
hey
you there.
Leslie, I got you a little treat.
Like, huh? It's you guys again. She sees the
And
bottle and goes. She slowly reaches out with like shaking hands and grabs it. She's like, I haven't seen this in so long. There's like some tears that well up in her eyes, and she's like, oh. It's like this could have helped her. Like, I didn't know though. I didn't know what was going on with her at the time. She starts like hugging the bottle, and she's like, what do you want now? Why did you bring this here?
Oh, we found it while we were exploring the town, and we might have jumped to some conclusions about what happened there, but we saw one of the journals mentioned falls of some sort. Which journal was that?
Want some falls?
That's the
falls
one.
and are found in a memory.
Yes. I remember them. Her walks to the falls, and she smiles a little bit. She's like, poor Dornira. Oh. It's like, she's the one that you want. She'll show you the way. Just have to be patient. She looks at the bottle again. She's like, ugh. I just wish I had known beforehand.
Where is she now?
And she kind of like,
I think
to the
she's in the
side.
house. Maybe we should wait and follow her skeleton when it leaves.
yes, that's what I did. And she kind of leans back against like the little tree.
Did you enjoy the finger?
This is like at the bottom of like below her her hanging basket, like laying on the ground. She's like, not in particularly, no.
Oh. Well, I always enjoyed a good finger when I was feeling down, so I thought it might cheer you up.
You enjoy the good finger?
It's the opposite, actually. It made me quite sad.
Cue milk.
There's
Well-
somebody say finger.
Well, I apologize for that.
Alright. I guess. I hope you guys find what you're looking for. Just
I'm
Pick up the
trying-
don't
finger,
judge
just-
too harshly when you learn the truth.
I lean into Cranberry. You haven't seen any strange, quiet, potentially violent, hooded people around, have you?
Do you have
No.
a mirror friend?
Other than
I don't have a mirror.
Well, yeah, I know that this was Gleb responding to Tra. As we turn to go, I'll reclaim the finger from wherever it is, and wait till I'm fairly certain we're out of earshot of Cranberry before I pop it in my mouth and crunch it.
Traw's probably like, oh.
Where do you,
So you guys head
find
back
these
to
fingers?
City.
I'm gonna, as we're walking, I'm gonna fly up to Troy and go, raw carrots have about the same consistency of a human finger. Oh wait, I'm still on my horse. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
just
use the bathroom. I'll let you guys roll play while I'm doing that.
I just reach into my pocket, grab a handful of dirt, and throw it at you.
It must be nice to have pockets.
You don't carry pocket dirt?
I don't wear clothing, so I have no pockets.
You should take some dirt and lodge it into yourself.
And see it kind of just dissolve away.
Dirt is useful in many ways. You can even ask Zaranji.
Zaranji does not like the dirt.
Ah, don't listen to him. He shits in kitty litter.
What is kitty litter? I only have one son, not a whole litter.
I really hope I get to introduce you to at least one of the other 3 summons.
So tell me
I'm
a
back.
little about yourself.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm just gonna tell you the other 3 names of the summons. They are Inky, Blinky, and Pinky.
Is this where you get all your fingers from?
It's
And
like
then
the ghost
orange
from,
one's name is Clyde. Yeah.
Pac-Man.
They're literally named after the Pac-Man ghosts.
It's awesome. My grandma used to have like the one of the original machines. We played it for fucking ever, and we'd open it up and just like push the little button down to get free games.
Nice.
She could have sold that for a lot of money, but I think they just got rid of it. Anyways, what do you guys want to do now? You've got some hours to kill until the guy gets done with the weapon, and also until Deirdre gets back to her house, and then you'd have to follow her at that point. Just need to look for the skeleton with a vase.
I mean, we could always just stake out her house and wait until she returns, and then follow her when she leaves again.
We can make some delicious tea in her house with all the peppermint and lavender.
Yeah.
And add a nice finger for texture.
It was good until you said that.
You can use it as a spoon to stir it.
Precisely.
Yeah, just use it to stir it. Get the one with the longest, grunchiest nail.
Yeah, and just grab it by the little nub of bone sticking out the back. And just scrape the nail along the bottom of the teapot.
Yeah.
You just Straw just start walking. He just starts walking away from this conversation.
So, more rainbows? No, I'm just kidding.
I hope he does not develop a case of acid reflux. That much vomiting is not going to be good for his esophagus. At least I assume he has an esophagus.
Did someone say vomit grenade? Milk, I swear to God!
As you are walking, you're gonna walk through a 5-foot square that kind of smells like a skunk.
Why?
Yes, prestidigitation. One of my favorite spells.
Oh, this one was Jewelcraft, but yeah.
You guys can also review the journals again in case you might have missed something. Because there was one particular thing somebody missed. Or 2, actually.
Let's redo them again.
Up to you guys, don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in review them again?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got the Dancing Falls, as mentioned in Dernier's journal.
I'll show you just the journals where you missed something in.
Cool.
So she's probably stopping by the carpenter.
Does stop by there.
Darren is probably actually secretly a serial killer.
I did not think you had sentient cereal grains on this plane. Oh, that version of cereal.
I used to think that it was somebody that killed cereal too. I was like, not my Lucky Charms.
What is Lucky Charms? Can I sell?
Like these weird shapes. No,
Lily Zeranji, tricks are for kids.
that's tricks. How do you know? Here's the other journal too. Actually, no, you don't even have to look at that one. That was just something you guys just missed when you were in there. Of course, yeah, I forgot to just mention it. Near the stonemason's journal were a set of mason's tools. Somebody could have grabbed that if they wanted to.
One way to get hammered.
Does anybody want that?
Zeranji
Sure.
only wants thieves' tools.
I am not proficient in mason's tools.
It's still so. We'll assume you guys didn't notice the carpenter thing, so probably wouldn't go back. I'll just go ahead and tell you, in his journal is the first line. Found my tools in the oven again.
Yeah, I
If you had
don't.
searched,
Yeah,
if you had searched the oven, you would have found carpenter's tools.
yeah. Do any of us have proficiency with carpenter's tools?
Just these tools.
You might have just left it on purpose then, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the recipes? Did anybody want those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I'll type it on.
dwarven ale didn't sound very appetizing because there's no dwarf in it.
Sausage.
Just kind of wandering around bored until someone figures out something to do, and just randomly a bunch of eyes, so just kind of open and close and disappear all over his head and torso. And they'll all just be different colors and shapes.
You're just giving Traw just like horrible anxiety.
Putting the Tron traumatized.
Yeah. There's the recipes for anybody that wants it. Also, I hated fucking Beetlejuice. Hated that shit.
I'm interested to see the sequel.
I just always thought it was really disturbing.
I mean, that was kind of the point. It's a Tim Burton film.
I loved Big Fish. And, shit, what was it? There was another one I really liked that he made. Crap, I can't remember. Anyways, time does tick by. Starts to get nighttime. You do see a lone skeleton walk in through this direction, eventually, through the west gate. Starts heading up this way.
No, that's probably Darnera.
And sure enough, she walks over here, walks into the overgrown house. It's getting dark, and goes to sleep. Quote unquote sleep. Now you guys know that she's there at least. And the guy who made the weapon's probably done by now, too.
Cool. Let's go. At least I'm gonna go take a look at that.
Alright.
Just wrote down all those recipes.
Back to the smith. Yeah, you guys show up at the smith and see him eyeing over his work and nodding his skeletal head. Looks like he's very happy with what he just made, and it looks like a very, very beautiful warhammer. Very shiny.
I just take the
Silver
weapon
colors.
out of his hand.
He's taking it out of his hands. He doesn't even notice. He just keeps nodding his head. The hammer feels very light in your hands. You're not sure what it does, what it is exactly, but it's useful. He was making it for the head of the Miners Guild and said it would help, so maybe it had something to do with mining. Who knows?
So it's a Electrum Warhammer.
Yeah, you'll have to get it identified. Besides that, do you guys want to sleep and wait until the next day for Deernira to wake up?
Yeah.
Okay. You could stay at the inn. Well, what the fuck? What is that? What's all this yellow stuff?
I was gonna have Clyde just zigzag around the map, but then you changed the map.
I was like, what the hell is all that? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so that's actually a thing you can do in Roll20 is if you click and drag, but then right-click while you're dragging, it'll let you measure the distance you're moving, and you can right-click to drop a point to...
I've seen somebody do something like that where they move their token around like multiple locations. Yeah, like that. Yeah. It's just cool. I don't think I can do that with my computer because I have a really weird touch mouse pad thing, you know.
Oh, you got the Apple trackpad?
Yeah.
Control click would function the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you guys. We can definitely finish this tonight if you guys want to, within probably like 30 minutes if you want, or we can call it. It's up to you.
I mean,
I'm done to finish.
you guys can sleep. I can watch her while you sleep.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I like to watch you when you sleep.
No.
No, so if it makes you feel better, I'll watch him while he watches you sleep.
Most definitely not. I will go sleep on top of the roof. I just walk outside and walk up the side of the wall on top of the roof.
If it makes you feel better, you can sleep on one of these grenades and I'll pull the pin, and if you roll over, you know, it'll be messy.
Don't make me spray you.
Just like my ex-wife.
The water, and he jumps out of glass for the night. He's just... So yeah, David, are you wanting Zoranji to sleep too?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, I'll move everybody over there. Alright, you guys go to sleep that night. Anybody that's sleeping next door to the skeletons that are boning, it might be a little bit of some noise, but besides that... yeah, you sleep relatively well, even knowing that there's skeletons all around you guys, too. Wake up the next morning, and you wake up early just to make sure you don't miss Deernira leaving. And you go and kind of stand outside of her house, and eventually you see her walking out, and she goes immediately over to the smith first and starts talking to him. And then she walks back up to the potter and gets another pot made, goes back to her house and drops it off. And then she stops by the carpenter and talks to him for a little bit, and then goes by and stops by her brother's house, or his little workplace, the stonemason, talks to him. Has like a little emotional moment where she's like, you know, they're clearly crying and hugging each other. And she wipes the quote-unquote tears away from her eyes. And she stops by the tavern for breakfast, goes up to the temple, kneels down, starts praying, and then she starts walking towards the west gate.
Follow that skeleton.
You guys head out at the west gate. The path to the fountain. Slowly taking your time. And yeah, she's definitely she's not as fast as you guys, so you're definitely having to be patient with her. And eventually she reaches this long stretch of trail that's just straight for miles, and she starts walking up that. And at one point she stops over at this tree right here and walks over to the tree and pulls a piece of bark off of it and starts to quote-unquote chew it, except it just simply falls down her mouth and out of her rib cage onto the ground, and then turns and walks up the road again.
Pick up the bark that she chewed on, or quote unquote chewed on.
Yeah.
look at it strangely, and then I bite into it.
Probably willow bark.
It has a very strange, kind of bitter, spicy taste to it.
Hot,
And
hot.
let's see, what does this do? Give me a nature check if you want to figure out what it is as you're chewing on it.
Do what?
You can give me a nature check to figure out what it is if you want.
Alright. Hell yeah. -1.
Actually, you do know what it is. It's called Eldis. This tree grows on sunny mountain slopes. It is used by mountaineers who are lucky enough to have it near their homes because its effects in the fight against fatigue are well established. The doses must be precise and moderate because overconsumption of Eldis can cause the opposite effects, including heart attacks. So one piece a day.
Basically caffeinated tree bark. Neat.
Yeah. You guys can all grab some if you want.
Yes, Zaraji, I'll chew on some.
Right. An infusion of Eldis bark reduces the level of exhaustion by 2 until the next long rest. Only 1 infusion per day is recommended. So everybody that wants some, roll a 8-sided.
Oh, I
I'm
just
just making
realized Cliff and I are not on this map.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'll have
Yeah,
you
you're
guys
good.
6 is what I rolled.
to do that. Also forgot to move your Nira.
Is Jeff watching
Yeah.
the stream?
I think so. Why did he say something?
Yeah, Discord. He said, damn, I love the channel so much.
I told him that David would be recording it though, so he's at least seeing it. So Daenerys probably are out. She's a little bit past this tree now. You guys just move your tokens accordingly. Oops. Fuck. It's like stretched out her picture. Yeah, why is it doing that? It keeps like distorting. She's turning into like a warped skeleton. Like, brrr.
She's determined to turn into a final boss battle. Run!
And she eventually reaches up this place. She reaches one little spot next to a river, and annoyingly, she walks over to the grass and starts looking around at the river and the little waterfalls and leans back against the tree, and it looks like she's taking a nap.
This is quite a lovely location.
Try, you're probably in a bit of a hurry too because you know you're getting closer to the fountain, and the one person that you have to follow is taking their sweet time, and you're just like, ugh.
How do I look, yellow man? I hate how my voice accidentally went to shrimp from
I just tried
Smiling
to
Friends.
the water.
Say what?
I just try to throw glib into the water. Go back to your
Try.
home.
Like as soon as you reach out to grab me, I just drop into a puddle on the ground.
Don't be rude, Jaw. You deserve that.
I
Don't make me throw one of my grenades.
No.
Yeah, about 10 minutes pass as she's sitting there leaning against the tree. 20 minutes pass. 30 minutes pass, and eventually she kind of snaps to and slowly raises her arms like she's stretching, and then sits up and looks around, and then starts to walk down the road again.
This is a beautiful place here, though.
Yeah. It's nothing like the next area. As you guys come around the corner, you see it, and you're kind of, gasp a little bit because it's beautiful, and the scenery really hits you guys at that point.
Who's the person on that mountain?
No, that's just to show,
Oh.
there's this size, I guess. There's just somebody there. You guys follow the path around, though, and reach it. Yeah, and you're constantly coming across different waterfalls, so you're wondering which one is referred to as the Dancing Falls. But she just keeps walking, and occasionally she stops and looks at like a map, quote unquote, but she's holding nothing. And she looks around and looks at the scenery, like kind of covers her eyes like she's shielding her face from the sun, looks at the distant waterfall, and then continues for another couple miles before you guys reach this section where there's a bunch of very strange looking stones with water coming off of them, and there's rainbows dancing all around the waterfalls as they're splashing, and you can swear that sometimes the rainbows look like people, humanoids. And she stops for a minute and looks at the scenery and just like puts her hands on her hips. Looks like she's clearly taking in the sights. And sits there for another maybe 10 minutes.
Is that tree accurately right there with blue things growing on it?
Yeah.
I want it.
It looks like some kind of glowing fruit.
I want it.
Alright, go grab one.
I walk up to the tree and I climb up it.
Alright.
And I just want it.
You grab the fruit.
Yes.
And are you gonna eat it or just keep it?
I'm gonna eat it.
You're munching down on this awesome, mysterious fruit while Glubathex is munching on some well-severed toes.
What the fuck?
Run
The
out of
crunch
the
of
fingers.
fruit
What do
toes.
you want from me?
Somewhere out there, you hear Quentin Tarantino like, yes.
Yeah, the crunches are a little
that
bit
food,
louder and a little bit sharper because the bones are a bit thicker.
Yeah. The fruit makes you seem a little bouncier. Like when you land on the ground, like you kind of almost bounce slightly, and you realize it seems like you've almost lost like 50 pounds.
Oh. Can I grab another fruit?
Yeah. Anybody that wants one, he can grab one.
Why don't you let me identify one of these before we go eating more?
Okay, fine. Here, identify this, and can you identify this warhammer?
It'll take
Also,
20 minutes, but let me know if she starts moving.
Maybe we should do this at a different time.
Yeah, because she does start moving right as you say that.
Okay, I put the warhammer up, and I put one of these glowing blue fruits back in my bag.
We can always come back and get more of the fruits if we need them.
Yeah, she's looking around for a while trying to figure out where exactly to go. She clearly didn't know the exact location of what was happening because she even mentioned it in her journal, but eventually she leans around a corner and sees this doorway and starts slowly creeping towards it. And there are a bunch of rocks kind of blocking the way, so she like kind of pantomimes moving rocks that aren't there, and you see her putting them where there's a stack of rocks that are currently there. So she's clearly been here before multiple times. And then she crawls through the little hole that she's made in the past and winds up in a brand new area. Looks like some cave system. And I'll drop you guys in there.
It looks mysterious.
Very mysterious. She starts to walk forward very carefully and calmly. She looks a little creeped out by it. She lights what appears to be a torch, except she's not holding anything. You just see her doing the action of lighting a torch. And, oops, that's... Got the fix. Alright. There we go. And she starts walking down this way.
Oh, that's gotta be so annoying.
What?
It's like the grids don't line up.
Yeah, that's why I always hold down like Alt or Control or whatever so you can put it exactly where you want.
Yeah.
And she gets about this point where she suddenly stops and starts to look around a lot, like very frantically, and starts to it looks like she's freaking out. Like she's looking at the scenery around her and freaking out. She drops her torch and starts to hold her head and shaking it a bunch. And like grabbing her
freaking out, man.
yeah, like she's like grabbing her arms and rubbing them a bunch and sits down and kind of in the fetal position for a minute on the floor. And it clearly looks like she's having some kind of memory loss freak out where she doesn't know where she is. And after a few more minutes, she sits up and slowly starts making her way again through the cavern. Down this way. Around a little pond with weird-looking white fish in it. Very, very tiny. You probably wouldn't even want to try and catch them because they're just like so fucking small. And she kind of walks into this area for a minute and looks at this spot, but then realizes that it's probably not the right way, and then turns and goes back this way. Goes down here. Comes over to this area for a minute and is looking at all the little broken boxes. And there's like a curious like little head tilt, and then she continues moving down this way with her torch. And you guys appear in a new location. Popping out into a bigger cavern, and this one has two, like just this giant door with dwarves, like carved stone dwarves on the door. And she stops like at the end of the bridge and sits there and kneels for about 30 minutes. So I'll give you guys a minute to do whatever you want. What's going on?
So does this look like iconography dedicated to Moradin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in Dwarven, I don't know if anybody can read it. Can anybody here read Dwarven?
Nope, I can only read Aquan, Celestial, Common, and Deep Speech.
I cannot either.
Raji, don't you have tongues?
No, I have comprehend language. I think that's
Right, you have more than one tongue?
Zaraji does not have more than one tongue. No, I have comprehend languages, which, you know...
Would you like one? He'll pull out another pouch full of severed tongues.
Ina goes, ah! Yeah, little one approaches the door, and he looks at it for a minute and goes, This seems to be a pass to the Underdark.
A pass to the Underdark?
It's the world that exists below us. It's an entire
I've
world
always
just
wondered what
as
drow taste like.
I don't think they would taste very good.
Perhaps to your sensibility. Damn, my accent's starting to go away. Perhaps to your sensibilities. Damn it, it's gone.
Little one says, It seems like you have to speak Dwarven to open this, but I can't speak Dwarven. I can only read it.
Oh,
we might have to wait for you near it.
I can do comprehend languages by touching it.
Comprehend language doesn't let you speak it, though.
Right.
I'm gonna be a smartass and just say the word Dwarven. Dwarven. Okay, I really need to put a fucking Zoidberg clip on.
One of those statues says, "Oh, come on, man." I'm just kidding. But yeah, more and more time passes. You guys probably just throw out words that you might have heard a dwarf speak occasionally. Nothing works. Little one tries to recount some stuff. Demodex tries to say some stuff that he thinks might be Dwarven, but turns out it's Infernal. And he's like, yeah, this isn't the good time to say that, probably.
How about now? Yes, it looks like I've gotten the accent back.
Then Deirdre slowly stands up and walks this way and up the steps. And walks over to the door, and you see her open her mouth. Nothing comes out, but the door slowly starts to creak open.
Interesting.
On the
That's
other
why I
side.
was losing the accent. I wasn't pulling the back of my throat all the way back.
On the other side, this is what you guys see.
That's a very
You see
fountainy
Deirdre.
fountain.
Yeah. Rhaenyra slowly starts walking over towards the fountain, and she taking her time. And when she reaches the edge of the water, she looks inside, and you see reflections of her life being replayed through moments, and like memories that she didn't want to lose, very precious ones of her being a kid, being raised in the city, and her brother, the death of her parents, and the smith, and everything. And she kind of collapses and starts to quote unquote cry, and then she after about maybe 45 more minutes, she stands up and slowly starts to walk back out. At this point, you guys have found your location. That's also when you notice another figure starts to fly over to it, and you guys notice that it's Cranberry. She's been following you guys invisible this whole time. You guys there?
How far was she following us? Like beyond 60 feet?
It was pretty far back.
Okay, because Clyde has 60-foot blind sight.
Yeah. You might have noticed something occasionally, where you like some kind of a flutter or something like that, and you turned around to see if you could look, and then she noticed that you might have noticed her, and so she flew away before you were like, "What is that?"
Yeah. But yeah, that is something to keep in mind for the future. Is Clyde does have 60 feet of blind sight.
Okay. Do that. And she flies over to the fountain, and she kind of looks at it for a minute, and then looks at you guys and says, "Would you like to know what really happened?"
Sure.
Yes.
She's like, "Come here and take a look." And you see her look into the fountain waters, and suddenly the flash of the original city all that time ago, when it's prime, where the buildings were totally just clean and perfect, the people are still alive, they're walking around, everyone's happy, everyone's going about their day. They start working in the mines, the tavern owners opening up, serving food. Everything's going totally normal. The lord of the keep is signing all kinds of papers, talking to people, addressing crowds in the street. The miners, you start to notice that they're working really hard to get past a specific spot in the mines. Like they're really starting to struggle to push into there, and they're starting to hire more and more people to come in and take over. And you can tell that it's starting to take a little bit of a toll on the city, because they're just having they're making so much people work on this, like all the manpower is going into that. And so when people are coming to visit, there's no people in the market selling anything. Everybody's kind of stretched thin. And this is only the day before the great disaster. It's something that comes in a form that you might have been expecting, maybe not exactly in the way it happens. And so you see a little tiny pixie flying through the forest. A very young Cranberry. She starts to fly around and just clearly in a giddy mood, and she flies towards the city and starts to patrol up and down the streets, invisible, looking around and deciding that this just looks like a fun place to pull some pranks. So she starts messing with the tavern owner. Has this little tiny vial of pixie cider that she starts adding to the food. She thinks it's funny the way people are reacting to it. They're getting kind of drunk, stumbling a little bit, seeing stars. She feels kind of bad when the guy got arrested, but she made sure that the alchemist knew that it was just Fey origin. She hides the carpenter's tools in the oven. She does some other stuff, and then at one point she notices just how tired and miserable everybody looks. They just look like they're so overworked. She feels kind of bad for them, so she decides to pull the ultimate prank by casting a very powerful and unique sleep spell that makes everyone sleepwalk but still finish their work. And at first it's going well. Everyone's going about and doing exactly what she thought they would. She was thinking they would just simply wake up and notice what was happening and be like, oh shit, what was that? And then she'd be laughing to herself, but then she noticed that nobody was waking up. No matter how much she tried, she couldn't wake anyone up. No matter how much she screamed, started hitting them, no matter how much magic she tried to cast on them to reverse the spell, nobody was waking up. And she slowly started to watch in horror as the entire population started to die one by one in their sleep. And they just kept repeating their last day over and over, even in death. And she was trying so hard to stop this, but nothing was working. Eventually, she started just forcing herself to watch what she had done to this city. And she started following the last survivor, named Jernira, as she went about her day. She watched her go to sleep, and she would basically just sleep and then wake and walk. And every night, every day, she would just wake, walk, and sleep. Wake, walk, and sleep. Wake, walk, and sleep. And finally, one day, she just didn't wake at all. But her body stood up and kept walking, doing everything it normally did. Cranberry forced herself to watch the flesh peel off of her body as it was just rotting away until there was literally just nothing left. And eventually, she just came to the point where she just couldn't stand this anymore and slowly flew away from the city. But she never went too far because she knew that why would she be able to live when she took away the lives of so many others? She just kept remembering the faces of all the people that she took these lives from. All these images that you see right now are just the things that she'd see every night when she'd go to sleep. And she'd just keep whispering to herself right before she passed out, it was just meant to be a prank. It was just a prank. Just a prank. All it was supposed to be. She remembers Jernira's face every night. The last one that was left alive. Before she started to rot away too. And now she had to face her sins, her great sin, and follow you guys one last time. And she's sitting there just staring at the well. Her tears are falling off of her face and dripping into the well. She just starts bawling, collapses to the ground, and just saying, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. It was just a prank. I swear. It was just a prank. Like, what do I do now? How does someone keep living after that?
Well, I mean, you murdered a whole city.
I didn't mean to. It was just meant to be a prank. I'm so sorry.
Seems the only way that this could possibly be reversed is with a wish spell.
I don't have that kind of power. It took so long just to make the sleep spell. No matter what I did, I couldn't wake them up. I knew I wouldn't have the amount of time to reverse it with some kind of spell that would wake them up. What do I do?
Well, there's no way you could possibly help hiding in a planter.
No. You guys saw. What would you do? How will you judge me?
You should correct your issue.
How?
No matter what extent it takes.
Where do I even begin?
Well, the most important step you can take is always the next step. So,
Seek out power. Continue to seek power until you have the power you need to reverse what you've done.
I've told myself this before, but I can't. Every time I try to make myself leave to do something, I just think, why should I make myself? Because I should have died with them. I should be dead. I should be punished for this.
But they're not. Their souls are still working every day. You need to have the courtesy to reverse the spell and bury them.
if you want to be punished, then think of the path that you take to achieve the power you need as the punishment. And then, at the end, you'll have a redemption.
Maybe you're right. So sorry. Just wish I could tell them that.
Maybe it's not too late.
Do you think they'd forgive me?
With time.
Probably not.
Zaranji would not forgive you.
But I can see where she was coming from with it. She noticed that they were exhausted, but still needed to get work done. So by having them work while they slept seemed like a really nice gesture. She might have just messed up some of the arcane calculations. So, simple accident.
Zaranji understands it's just accident, but all lives are lost in their sleep. Not great, not great.
There are definitely worse ways to die.
Seen what happens in the Feywild to some people. But just never thought something like this would happen to me. I feel like a monster.
Tina.
Not an inaccurate statement. But monsters can be redeemed.
You think so?
Zaranji says that you take long time to make the sleep spell, you can take long time to make reverse spell.
You just need to give yourself permission to move on. And start taking these steps to redemption.
Tra looks over
You're right.
at Tina and asks about the tree that she guarded. Do you think
The Tree of Life?
Yes, do you think he would know of any reversal spell?
Maybe, actually. It is a very powerful druid.
Then you'll have your first step.
Seek out the Tree of Life.
Where is he? And Tina says, he's in the Ardeep Forest. He shows her a map and says, just head this way, down the River Desrin. Eventually you'll reach it. And you go past Golden Fields on your west. Actually, it'd be your south. Eventually, when you see the next forest, that's the Ardeep. Walk in there. Look for the Tree of Life. So he'll find you. Like, you can reverse this somehow. You can redeem yourself. It's okay. And Tra, you kind of, like, as you're listening to this, you just slowly look over at the fountain, and you've got, like, this sense of, like, hesitation, and you're like, what is it going to show me now? And that's where we're going to end the game tonight.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good cliff ending hanging. I like that.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, what'd you guys think of the whole game?